always is open. As always, it is 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers, links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps. Those are pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings. And you can book a private reading on my site. We are also doing 2 giveaways today. Our first giveaway is going to be a reading giveaway when we get to 50K likes. So make sure that you're tapping that screen. We will get to 50K in no time. The other giveaway we will be doing today is we will be doing a reading giveaway for the highest gifter, a free reading for the highest gifter between now and the conclusion of the daily collective read. So if you are getting on the list for that, I wish you a lot of luck as well. Prior to getting today's daily collective, I will be giving a recap on what we've been seeing in the cards over the last few days. If you would like to catch that full reading, you can find it over on the place where we keep the videos. You can also find it over on the place where we keep the photos. You can also find it as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my Substack. But first and foremost, before we get started today, how are we feeling? How are we doing? Scale of 1 to 10. There are no wrong answers. Lisa, so good to see you. Thank you for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live. Ad Astra, thank you for joining us as well. Shaylee, thank you for joining us. Rochelle, thank you for joining us. Yes, Lisa, I was going to ask if you wanted me to add you back to the list from yesterday. Oh, if I can hold on to my pen. Let me just add you back now. I've got you on the list, I've got you on the list, Lisa. You are the first person we'll be reading for today. If anyone else wants to get on the list right now, you'll be the second person read for. Hi there, Dennis. I'm happy to read for you on that. If you'd like to get on the list is open. These are donation-based readings. So if you would like to send the donation, I'm happy to read on that. We are going to get started on our free collective reading in just a few minutes as well. And thank you as well. So, and thank you so much, Darcy, for the follow. Let's talk a little bit about what we are experiencing right now. I just released an article over on the Substack in my Mystic Meditation section talking about this full moon that we are moving towards. So the thing about this particular Cancer season has been a little bit more potentially triggering than they usually are. We've been talking a lot about the fact that with Jupiter also in Cancer, it can work through a lot of the space of vulnerability. It can work through a lot of the space of trying to sort through. And I want to also say it's also like sorting through things about the past as well, because we are having like a domino effect right now of planets that are going into retrograde, and they're all going into retrograde in Aries. They're all going into retrograde in Aries, which is it's a thing. It's a thing. But I want to talk about this because I feel like what we're really seeing, and I feel like in a way the Capricorn full moon is going to help with this to a certain extent. Because this is a moon that helps us build resolve. It's about coming into like the fermentation of the self in terms of recognizing and identifying what one is trying to do better, what one is working on improving, and it's having a big impact depending on where one finds oneself on the frequency cycles, particularly and especially right now. I'm actually going to say for a lot of the energy that's been moving deeper into divine union. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is just to show you that not every area, there's no qualitative space in terms of where one can occupy as it relates to how one feels. Because for a lot of the energy right now that we're effectively seeing that's moving deeper into divine union, you'll recall that these were those magician partnerships. So these were the partnerships that were coming together from about the time that Mercury and Venus woke up behind Neptune, leading into that solstice period that we just experienced. Why are we calling them magician partnerships? Because they are effectively prioritizing the authenticity of connection above all. And it's the observation that when we build into relationships where we feel like we are seen with clarity, when we are held in the embrace of counterpart that isn't moving towards us for the sake of our energetic potential, but that sense of acceptance in terms of the love that we feel in that space, it allows for a lot of that feeling of excitement, allows for a lot of that vibration of possibility. At the same time, we're seeing that for a lot of the energy experiencing that, potentially even for the first time, the ability to look back upon something, the ability to look back upon something, to recognize and identify what was energetically missing as it relates to past experiences, as it relates to past relationships, either recognizing the work that one needed to do in those experiences, or externally, something that one experienced that didn't necessarily feel like it was holding one in the space of being embraced, but more into the observation of potential. This is why we see that this may be a time when there's a lot of that frustration that is being experienced by a lot of the energy that's moving deeper into connection. But what is beautiful about some of that energy that we're seeing, it is the frustration or the ire that's immediately felt as it relates to casting one's eye back to the past. And what are they doing with it? They're immediately letting it go. They're immediately releasing it. It is like there, and then it is gone again. I told you the magician part, it appears and then it disappears. And why does it do that? Because it is the energy that is feeling firmly grounded, firmly anchored in the present. And when we are feeling anchored in the present, right, when we're working into the context of feeling that stabilization point in the present, it gives us the ability to look back upon a past, even the things that may have hurt us, and to be able, and not necessarily coming to the space of being able to forgive everything, right? Like this isn't like, it's absolving. It's like the absolution point in relationality to not holding on to it as tightly. And that is what's so beautiful for a lot of that energy. It's fortifying, right? It's fortifying and absolving energy. It's something that one moves towards. One looks back, one feels fortified, but then you're also not carrying the weight of it. It doesn't feel like it burdens you down. It doesn't feel like it overbears upon you. So that's why I keep on seeing that there may be a lot of that energy that's like processing. It's like processing, but it's processing in productive ways. Now, for a lot of the energy that is deep within divine union, we're seeing that for a lot of the energy deep within divine union, you'll recall that these were the chariot partnerships that were forming from about the time that Mars stationed direct earlier this year up until the time that Mercury and Venus woke up behind Neptune a few months ago. What we're effectively seeing there is these are a lot of relationships that were prioritizing stabilization above all in partnership. And what we're effectively seeing for a lot of those relationships is that observation, if you will, the advancement, the maturation of the relationship that is almost creating that space of the manifestation goal of partnership that is changing. It's expanding. It's expounding. I keep on hearing expanding and expounding, which is the ability to either talk more towards how one feels, like that openness in communication, or simultaneously the expansion, the ability to look at a dream that you hold with counterpart and expand upon it, right? To build into it deeper, right? It's like, I feel like it's like almost like the energy that's like in the space of developing or embellishing in the space of their dreams. But what's beautiful about that is there's a lot of that observation that was the reason I was saying that it was Wheel of Fortune into the Fool card, is because it's a conversation about, often when we go through the process of a breakthrough, we often immediately feel like we're stumbling. We immediately feel like we're not able to do something the way that we could before, right? Because we're seeing for a certain extent that ability of expanding upon something is now helping the energy understand what they need to expound upon, which is something that they need to work on better. I told you this whole energy right now, the Capricorn full moon, identifying the space of vulnerability so that you can apply strength to it. This brings us to the energy and separation. And I got to say that what I'm seeing for a lot of the energy and separation right now, it's very beautiful, because, but it's also, I keep on hearing, it's also very sensitive. Why? Because we see for a lot of that energy right now in separation, they're effectively in temperance energy. And for a lot of those partnerships, so I either see two different modalities that are happening right now for the energy in separation. This is either the identification point of what one is working on the self, what one is identifying and recognizing that one is trying to do better, right? And for a lot of that energy, this may be feeling like a little bit of a sorting process, right? Going through the past in a certain extent to be able to identify like the vulnerability of the self that one is working upon, right? Something that one can identify and recognize that one is trying to do better. Or, and this is what we see that may be feeling a little bit painful, the observation that what is considered a gift in healthy relationship is often identified as a detriment in unhealthy relationship, right? The observation of the space that if these were situations where I keep on seeing like energy is healing from relationships where there were mismatched manifestation goals, right? That observation of another, like holding a quality or characteristic that one endears oneself to as a detriment, right? This is a lot of the energy that's working on healing in that way, but it's hard because it's almost like the observation of someone like navigating through an abandonment wound. For instance, to give example, by way of example, like if someone articulates that another person is needy, we're supposed to have needs. The important thing to identify with the need is making sure that the need is upon a fixed point, right? A fixed point need is a standard. So this is why I see that this is a lot of the energy kind of going through the experiences of the past, sorting through them to recognize and identify what was energetically occurring there. Simultaneously, emotions, like emotions are a good thing. Emotions are the heart of a healthy relationship. But if someone is not in the space where they want a relationship, they'll often articulate the emotions that are the problem, understanding that emotions are never a problem so long as we are communicating about what the emotions are asking for, not just talking about the fact that we have them. So that's why we keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy right now in separation, that is either identifying and feeling the restoration and nourishment of the self, potentially reorienting and coming back to oneself, if healing from unhealthy relationship dynamics. Or these are relationships that are beautiful, that are forming at this time because they're concentrating on working on the map of the self. Understanding that when we work on the map of the self, it is the greatest gift we bring to relationship because we don't look to the relationship to complete us. We don't look relationship in a space of feeling lost and only found within the heart of the relationship. We arrive complete to it. And that is the space by which we can build and grow. Now, that is all the energy that we find prior to beginning today's daily collective read. But let me know in the comments how this energy is impacting you personally. If you would like to catch that full reading, you can find it over on the place where we keep the videos. You can also find it over on the place where we keep the photos. You can also find it as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my Substack. That said, we are going to get started on today's daily collective read in the next few minutes. But if you would like to get on the list for today, it's a great time to get on the list. You will be the second person read for. It is 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers, links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We are also doing 2 giveaways today. Our first giveaway will be a reading giveaway when we get to 50K likes. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We will get to 50K in no time. Also, when you tap the screen, it encourages users who have not experienced these readings before to find them. So I want to thank you so much for helping to share these messages. The other giveaway we'll be doing today is we will be doing a reading giveaway to the highest gifter between now and the conclusion of the daily collective read. So I wish you a lot of luck if you're participating in that giveaway as well. I'm going to take a moment to read over through some of the comments that came through as I was reading. How are you doing today? I like that basketball. That's cute. And welcome, Marcia. Welcome. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you for those gifts, healing. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Dennis, as I mentioned, the list is open. If you would like to claim a spot on the list, it's a great time to claim the spot. You'll be a second person read for. Energy is interesting lately. That's the understatement. That is an understatement. Excellent. And V, your subscription's ending soon if you would like to renew. How are you doing today, V? I'm an Aries Sun, 9th house. Yeah, like there's something about this energy right now, especially with like Aries Sun, 9th house. Like we're gonna talk a bit in the reading today about what we can expect with all of these planets stationing retrograde in Aries. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Megan, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Grand Rising, Ryan, so good to see you. Welcome to those joining us across the other apps. Deep Equity, welcome. Good to see you today. And just a reminder, if you would like to get on the list, you can do so via my tree that is being sent in my bio. If you're joining us across the apps and would also like to get on the list. And thank you as well, Floral. Thank you as well for those roses. Oh, that's really kind of you to say, Ryan. Yes, Grand Rising, Nikki. So good to see you. My friends, we've got a couple of updates before we move into today's personal reading. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who participated in our recent class on the Temperance card. Our next class will be held on Wednesday, July 16th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the Devil card. If you would like to become part of that tarot class program, we're going to be studying the history of that card. We're going to be studying the symbology of the card. I'm going to walk you guys through spread applications, how to read that card in any direction it may appear in your own readings. I'm also going to be providing you a unique spread to help you work through the lessons of that card in your own readings. And all you need to do, if you would like to become a part of that tarot class program, is mosey on over to my Substack and become a paid subscriber. Your paid subscription to my Substack is your ticket of entry into our live classes each and every month. You will also, as a monthly subscriber, as a monthly subscriber, have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library class archive. Now, it's not necessary to catch up. I'll be doing my best to give you a recap on everything we've studied prior to beginning the next class. But if you want to catch up, now's a good time to join. You know, you got like a nice little week ahead of you. Got like a week and a half. Bone up on any of the classes you might want to look into. You got a bunch of major arcana there. You'll also have access to a one-on-one chat with me and the other students to ask any questions that you may have in relation to anything we've learned or have studied thus far. And if you become a founding member to my Substack, not only will you receive full access to the entirety of the Tarot Church class archive, you will also have a discounted rate on the full year's worth of classes. You will also have access to, if you choose to receive one, a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me, where I will meet with you personally to assess where you are on your personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best advantage towards your personal tarot goals moving forward. One of the things I tried to do with these classes was make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader as well as the seasoned reader. There's definitely something there for everyone. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining us in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my Substack, you should follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my weekly newsletter there, which will let you know about my in-person events as well as my online live schedule. You'll also have access to my Mystic Meditation articles. I just posted one this morning about the Capricorn full moon, how to approach it, how to navigate it to help move you towards your own potential manifestation goals. I want to let you guys know that on top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes. These are for any of my students that are seeking a more personalized educational experience with me. I take a very limited number of students for this reason, as those classes are focused on each individual's personal spiritual goals and journey work. Those classes can be purchased on an individual level or as a monthly class series, weekly or bi-weekly as your schedule permits. Also, for my students that are seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute readings, again, weekly or bi-weekly as your schedule permits, so that you can stay more consistent on your personal journey. I'm also very happy to now offer dream interpretation readings. You can purchase these per dream or as a series. If you purchase the series, I would encourage you to start to keep a dream journal, as we will meet weekly or bi-weekly with that journal and utilize the tarot to understand the key themes and messages coming towards you in the dream space. I've also got A few extra things coming up that I want to let you guys know about. First and foremost, the Feral Self-Care Collective cohort classes are beginning today. You've got just a few hours left if you want to enroll to make sure that you don't miss any of those classes. It is an incredible roster of teachers. It is 3 months worth of classes that you get for a very reasonable rate. I'm going to put the URL here. It's healingforhotmesses.com. It is run by Mandy. Who wrote Healing for Hot Messes. It is the Feral Self-Care Collective. There is going to be a beautiful lineup of teachers this cohort. There's going to be an introduction to psychic divination by Hannah O'Neill, junk journaling and with creativity, authenticity and joy with Jolisa Andrade. We're also going to be working with the magician archetype by Alistair Ballantyne, elemental fitness with Kara Claymore, and working through Akashic Records with Sean Durocher. I'm going to be teaching a class on mystical writing. We're going to be studying some beautiful poets who have integrated mystical aspects into their poetical works. We'll also be writing a lot of poetry in my class. And all you need to do if you want to become a part of that class program is head on over to healingforhotmesses.com. Now, the opening night, the intro class is tonight. So if you want to get in on that, do so sooner rather than later. Okay. There's a clock on that one. And I look forward to potentially seeing you at my class. It's going to be really beautiful. I'm really looking forward to it. Speaking of poetry, I'm also very happy to announce that I'm going to be hosting a unique art installation this weekend at the New York City Poetry Festival that is run by the Poetry Society of New York. It is going to be, I'm going to be holding a Poetic Fortunes art installation, and I would like you to be a part of it. We are creating a collective crystal ball where those who are attending the event will be able to enter a fortune-telling tent of old to be able to receive and create their own poetic fortunes. And the crystal ball is now open if you would like to submit your own fortunes to be shared on the event on the weekend in question. All you need to do is head over to my Substack, graystrega.substack.com. Now, in the collaboration section, you will find the link to be able to contribute your fortunes. You can contribute as many fortunes as you want in whatever poetic art form you feel inclined to do so, be them affirmations, haikus, limericks. The sky's the limit. My only rule is the same rule that I hold in this space, which is you have to be kind. Okay. I want kindness to reign. I want niceness. You can be funny. It's fine to be funny. I'll take some sarcasm. We can navigate some humor, keep it clean. Okay. These are the same rules that we hold here, hold in that space. Okay. I will be checking. Okay. I will know. I'll know. So, but I would deeply appreciate if you guys want to be part of that. And thank you so much to everyone who has already contributed. I am absolutely like blown away by how many fortunes we've already received. So thank you guys so much for helping make that event so beautiful. I think it's going to be a really, really special day. That said, we are going to get started on today's daily collective read in the next few minutes. If you would like to get on the list, it's a perfect time to get on the list. You'll be the second person read for. It is 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers, Binks in my Lio. Please keep in mind, there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. What do we read for here? We do dream interpretations. We do life path. We do highest priority messages from spirit. We do angelic guidance. We do pet readings. We do animal spirit guide readings. We do mediumship, and we do love readings. You can find the full list over on my tree that has Binks in it in my Lio. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Also, friends, we are going to be doing a reading giveaway when we get to 50K. We are already at 2.8K, so make sure you're tapping that screen. We will get to 50K in no time. Hi there, Dal. How are you doing today? All right. And Grand Rising, Grace. Ooh, thunderstorms and rain. I kind of love that, though. Like, that's like in the summer. You know what I mean? Those summer thunderstorms, man, they just hit different. You know, they just hit different. They're great. Grand Rising. Ah, oh my gosh. Nikki, what's happening over there? You got all kinds of stuff happening. Yesterday you had the shade ball in your head. Now you got spiders. I hope you're having a beautiful day, dear. Grand Rising, Ember. Good to see you today. Team Osana, thank you for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live. Hello, little vamp. Welcome. Grand Rising, Bridget. Good to see you today as well. And Dragons and Daggers, good to see you. And thank you for re-upping your heart me, guys. Make sure you re-up your heart me if you would like an animal spirit guide card on top of your 1 card readings today. I know, isn't it an amazing title? Yeah, it's great. I feel it in my soul. I feel it in my soul. I thought last night so I think you can still, I went over there. I'm checking. Hold on. All I'm seeing here, you can still do it. I thought it was cut off yesterday, but it looks like you can still sign up. So I know the first last thing is tonight. So I think we're still good. We're still good. We're still good. I love that book. Do you? Excellent. I saw some individuals posting it over on our Discord. I was sad about it when I woke up. Well, good news. You see, see what I did, Nikki? This is why I said yesterday was the last day. You're welcome. You're welcome. And thank you so much. Question, do I need to be on camera? I don't think so. I can double check with Mandy. I doubt it. I mean, listen, you can't force someone to be on camera. Like if you're not teaching the class, I mean, I have to be on camera. You know what I mean? I have to be on camera. You can do whatever you want. I know for my class, you don't have it's entirely up to you. I mean, it's like this for me. It's like the same rules apply as I do my tarot church classes. Because if this is a camera thing, that's a whole thing. I get it. Not everybody likes cameras. It's okay. Hardy, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Thank you, Ember. And where are we? And Linda, thank you for the follow. Erica, good to see you today. Minnie, welcome. Good to see you too. Hold on a minute. Bean, I want rain. We've been getting a lot of rain. I'm okay right now. We've been getting a lot of rain. I think I'm good without it right now. But I don't want rain. Like I either want like thunderstorm or sunny day. Like I don't like it. I don't like any of this cheap rain kind of nonsense. Okay. I want boom, you know. Good to see you today, Bean. Minnie, what time is the first session tonight? That's a great question, Minnie. Hold on, let me check. Please hold. Give me a minute. Okay, the first class. Okay, the first session is tonight at 5 p.m. PST. So what's that? 5, 6, 7. It'll be 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a welcoming and opening ceremony. And then the first proper class is on the 15th. Okay. You could join, you could probably join after the first thing, but you want to make sure you get the whole thing. And the price is like really, really good. So another new interview, just to let you know, I like that. Did you just make up that word? Confirminator. Am I the confirminator? I'll take it. I hope it goes well. I hope it goes well, Grace, truly. Storms, geez, me and electronics are not mixing lately. Yeah, I mean, I think I believe we're also in a Mercury shadow period right now. It's going to be fine. And thank you as well. Hi there, Erica. Thank you as well. Oh, you're done. You're done. Hold on. Why is Dragons done? What happened? Curly, Grand Rising. True, good point. We have thunderstorms every day this week. Holy smokes, that's a lot. I'm with you on the thunderstorm when it's warm and it has a different, yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. Like those ones. Those little like the little short like the little short ones. They come and go real quick. Yeah, on and off. All right, friends. As I mentioned, we are going to get started on today's daily collective read. If you would like to get on the list for today, as I mentioned, the list is open. Now is a great time to get on the list. If you want to secure a spot on the list, you'll be the second person read for. 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We are also doing 2 different giveaways. Our first reading giveaway will be a giveaway when we get to 50K likes. We are already at 3K, my friends. So make sure that you are tapping that screen. Also, when you tap the screen, it encourages this live to be pushed out to those who have not received these messages before. The other giveaway we're doing today is we are going to be doing a reading giveaway for the highest gifter between now and the conclusion of the daily collective read. So I wish you a lot of luck if you're participating in that as well. Just a reminder to those who are joining us, we do here Life Path, highest priority messages from Spirit. We also do angelic guidance. We do pet readings. We do animal spirit guide readings. We do mediumship. We do love readings. You can find the full list of things that we read for over on my tree that has been sent in my bio. I'm going to take a moment to read over the comments. I will say storms, tea, Lucky Charms, and pup dog cuddles. That is a vibe. I like the Lucky Charms. That's a nice touch. Nice touch. That's part of why I love Seattle. Hold on a minute. That's part of why I love Seattle. Our summers are beautiful, but cozy, light rain most of the year. You see, I gotta give Seattle another chance, Nikki. When I was there, weather was not great. It was not ideal when I was there, sadly. Oh, thank you for the comment, Raina. All right, friends. That said, no better time than the present. Why don't we get started? If you guys can do me a favor and share this live right now, I would appreciate it. Make sure anyone who would like to catch this reading live is here to receive it. That said, why don't we get started? Welcome, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I'm the Grace Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. What do we have coming through in our cards for today? Can I please have the first 2 cards in our 5-card spread for today? What are the first 2 cards we are starting our day off with today? We have here our Strength card in combination with our 6 of Pentacles in its upright. Okay, let's talk about this full moon we have coming up in Capricorn. One of the things that we talk about, particularly as we're navigating Cancer season, is the journey of the adaptability. Again, I love the conversation that we see that moves from the space of Gemini into Cancer, right? Because Gemini, it's like we put like, I want to describe this here. We're going to go Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, right? Taurus says to us, we put effort in the spaces that we grow upon, right? I love the Taurus lesson because it's the identification that nurture can allow for something to become natural, right? It's the space of understanding. It's recognizing the power of our intention to be able to come into a space of change. And often we identify that when we do that work, right, that brings us into Gemini season. So it's like the work and the force of change that leads us to the ray, right? Like something that you have to do over and over again until suddenly you're doing it without even thinking, right? It's the integration of the self that becomes the expansion point of the self. And then that brings us into Cancer season, which is, again, just as we talk about the force of effort as it relates to getting stronger in things and building into that point of strength on the outside, so too can we do it on the inside, right? The observation of how far we have come that allows us to build the manifestation goal, not just in terms of the things that we desire, but who we desire to be, right? That conversation that we find in relationality to the higher self. It's not easy. It's frustrating. It's working through that energetic frustration. But that's why I keep on hearing, like, that is what's so beautiful as it relates to the work that we're seeing right now in Capricorn full moon. Because I keep on hearing we can absolve ourselves of frustration when we move that into the space of energetic resolve, right? It's the understanding that when we are able to identify and wanting to do something different, like that force of change moves us forward closer to who we desire to be, or what we desire to do, or what we aspire for in partnership. And this is why I feel like there's something about this full moon that feels very, like, very holistic. I keep on getting the word holistic when I read into it, because it's the like holistic, but not like, but with a, I'm getting holistic, but with a W attached to it, right? The expansiveness of observing and understanding the whole of the self, the observation of the whole of the self that allows the understanding of what it is that one is working on trying to do better. This is the foundation of a lot of those partnerships that we're seeing right now. And that ability of doing so, like that recognition point as it relates to that point of adaptability, I keep on seeing, like, I want you to see, like, look at these cards right now, and I want to describe this too, especially with the fact that during this period right now, we've got Mercury in Leo, right? The articulation upon speaking on something, feeling that force of intention, allowing it to reaffirm the self. There's a lot of new relationships. I got two different modalities I'm seeing right now for a lot of the energy and separation. This is moving towards and identifying the work of the self, like building into the pathwork of the self from a point of joy, the excitement, the elation of defining and recognizing what one is working on doing better, that allows for the arrival into the space of partnership. And what I like about this is the energy that understands that healing the self is comprehensive work, because not only do we feel better, right? Not only do we feel better when we're navigating that point of healing, but so too does it become the energetic gift that we're able to bring forth to partner, right? It's the gift of the self. It's the ability to arrive complete to the counterpart that allows that possibility. I keep on hearing the room to grow, right? And this is why I keep on hearing these relationships, they feel so nourishing. The reason that they feel nourishing is because they're talking towards what it is that they're identifying and defining to do better. They're talking about how they are trying to grow. They're talking about how they are trying to expand. And so I feel like there's a little bit of this, like, I keep on seeing at, like, in the space of this, it feels very much like, and I keep on hearing, when you're trying to grow and you meet someone that is simultaneously trying to grow, it reaffirms the direction that you're moving towards, right? Especially if these are experiences or modalities that I told you that some of this energy in separation is recovering from experiences that felt like they were coming more from the space of the energetic distortion point, coming more from the space of the identification or recognition point of mismatched manifestation goals. And that's why I keep on hearing that, like, there's a lot, like, there's something about these relationships that are coming together right now that feel very affirming, because the affirmation is the space that says that ability to recognize and to identify, like, what one is working upon, it's always a good thing in healthy partnership, because it's the journey that says if the work is mutual, then it is celebrated as it is energetically shared. This brings us to our center card in today's spread, talking towards the energy that's moving deeper into divine union. We have here our two, wow, our two of pentacles in its reversal. So what are we seeing right now with a lot of this two of pentacles in its reversal? it's a lot of that, I keep on hearing, it's a lot of that space or that force of intention. It's a lot of that identification in relationality to, I keep on seeing like and I remember when I said that this is just to show you that depending on like the qualifier as to where you are in connection, it's not that one area is better or worse. I keep on seeing that there's a lot of frustration that's being released right now for the energy that's moving deeper into divine union. And recall that these were those magician partnerships that we spoke about. The ability of having the counterpart that acts as clear mirror, right? What is that creating? It's creating the past roaring back up to the surface, right? It's like often when we arrive towards what is for us, we have to address what was not, right? And that's why I keep on hearing the energy's going through a new healing. And why are they going through a new healing? It's because if there was like energy trying to work through what was wrong in past experiences, what was wrong in past relationships, they're finding the answer in the healthy relationship. They're finding the answer, like they're getting the clarification there. And that's why I told you that's either the work of observing internally, right? The work of observing internally, or the work of external. And that modality of experiencing that modality of recognizing it, it is creating the space by which, as soon as they feel the ire of it, they're also immediately releasing it, right? It's like I keep on seeing the energy being like, and then just letting it go, because that's why when we're firmly anchored in the present, not only do we see the past and we build our resolution and relationality to the ability to see something with clarity, but we immediately absolve ourselves from it, right? Because that is the energy that keeps on saying, like the energy of the healthy, the energy of the healthy present that serves as anchor. Continuing to get clarification for the energy deep within divine union right now. Can I please get 2 cards to clarify? Clarification coming through right now with our 9 of Pentacles in its upright, in combination with our King of Wands in its reversal. So what are we energetically seeing here in relationality to the energy that is deep within divine union? For the energy deep within divine union right now, I keep on seeing, and it's going to have a different impact depending on masculine and feminine, bearing in mind this is not based on gender, but what one feels most aligned to. For a lot of the energy right now, deep within divine union, I just keep on seeing that this is, I keep on hearing like this is like the healthy conversation. This is like the productive conversation, insofar as being able to articulate upon or to work through something in such a way that one is able to better identify and articulate like what that path of clarification is. Now, you'll remember what I said about some of these relationships right now. These are those chariot partnerships that we were talking about. These were those relationships that were coming together from around the time that Mars stationed direct up until the time that Mercury and Venus woke up behind Neptune. So for a lot of these energies right now, I keep on hearing it's percolation. For masculine, I feel like it's more percolation in the space of like thinking about something or landing upon the shape of something, like trying to find the words to express or articulate upon something. There's a lot of that percolation energy that's occurring there. For feminine, I feel like feminine is much more hands-on right now. Feminine is much more hands-on. I see feminine just like working very much in the space of the energetic tangible, while I see like masculine is working through something in the headspace. But I want to point out, like, this is what I mean in relationality to counterpart energy, because counterpart, like, you have to identify and recognize that the beauty of a healthy counterpart connection is you're not always you're not always in the same exact vibration, right? You're not always in the same space of doing something. But I keep on hearing like there's something about creativity right now, or there's something about the tangible that is like, I keep on feeling like the feminine is more in a space of wanting to like move more in the tangible space, while like I keep on hearing like masculine is like working through feelings in such a way, like there's a lot more of this like internal mapping that I see is occurring here. So that's very interesting. We're going to dive deeper into that as we continue deeper into these cards, continuing to get clarification between our Strength card in combination with our Six of Pentacles in its upright. One card to clarify, please. Woo! We got that Hermit card in its reversal. So what are we seeing right now? What are we seeing right now with that Hermit card in its reversal? I keep on identifying and recognizing with the Hermit card in its reversal. And that's the thing about it. I want to kind of bring to the focus. Like, Hermit card in the reversal is channeling through frustration. It really is. Like, especially with the combination of these three cards here, you know, like, I just want to show this to you. Like, it's the observation or the recognition of what feels like energetically productive. And it feels a little bit like there's something about, I keep on hearing the message, like, always patient, never waiting, which is like the space by which we are being, I keep on hearing like the practicality by which we're able to do something that allows the space of being able to, I keep on hearing like, move things around as one it feels is necessary. So that's why I keep on seeing that, like, I would not be surprised right now if there's a lot of feminine energy that is moving through frustration by keeping themselves very busy, right? Because I keep on seeing that there's like, it feels like, I almost feel like there's like, there's something happening right now. Like, I feel like sometimes we get like this before we start feeling these retrogrades coming, where we like, we try to like move, like getting things done or feeling like a little bit of that like busybody energy. So I keep on hearing like, this is a lot of the feminine that says like it's giving me a lot of busybody energy. For masculine, quite the opposite right now. For masculine, I see quite the opposite. For masculine energy, I see that this is more of an energy that one is navigating via the contemplation, is what I keep on seeing. Via the understanding or recognition of the self that is allowing the context by which one is able to, I keep on hearing it's like I keep on hearing it's like masculine is like planting seeds of thought in their own mind, because it's like, it says to me like there's a lot of the masculine energy that is thinking about something in a way in order to be able to communicate better, is what I keep on seeing. Now, for the energy coming into divine union, this has less to do with the conscientiousness of the present, is what I'm hearing, so much as it has to do with addressing the past. Because you remember, one of the things that we're seeing, and I'm not surprised to see this, given the fact that we had, you know, we've had some energy that started to station retrograde in Aries. Now, why is that energetically significant? Because one of the things that we recognize and identify, particularly as it relates to retrograde energy, is sometimes there are some retrogrades we experience that get us into a state of deep contemplation. Now, we had on the 4th Neptune that stationed retrograde in Aries. Now, what goes on with Neptune? Neptune exists in the space of the past, right? Like, Neptune is the memory bank. Neptune is the consideration of the past. So everything we keep on seeing that's occurring there has to do, I keep on seeing, for a lot of this energy that's moving deeper into divine union, right? Like, this is why I feel like the energy is like feeling something that like, it's like I see the energy like almost going through something that feels somewhat shocking. Because what is shocking? They're finding the healthy partnership. They're in the space. I told you, a lot of these relationships, the prioritization point was being in a relationship where one is embraced in one's full authenticity. And when you get embraced in your full authenticity, it's going to create a lot of the past rising back, like rewind the tape is what I keep on getting. It's a lot of that rewind the tape energy, because it's a rewind the tape to be able to see something having experienced that. It's the ability to feel what that feels like. It's the ability to have it, to experience and that's why I keep on hearing it is the energy that is reorienting with the addition of appreciation, is what I keep on hearing. The reorienting with the added consideration of mutual appreciation, right? And if mutual appreciation was missing in past connection, it is reframing the experience by which they are observing upon it. So that's why I see the energy that's like, and that's what I meant in relationality to feeling something that is frustrating, seeing something that may even potentially enrage you from the past, and then like sands in the hourglass, like sands in the hourglass, just watch it go away. Like it's like as soon as it arrives, it departs again. Because what is the energy not doing? They're not centering upon the past grievance. They're not centering it, because when our hands are full of the present, we don't center our past. Never are we in more danger than when we center our past. And that's why I keep on seeing, and this is why I hear that, because for a lot of the energy in separation, that observation, I see some energy right now in separation that is healing from relationships where someone had an inability to stop decentering their past in their present. And what does it mean when someone cannot stop decentering their past from their present? It means you're constantly comparing the present to the past. It means you're constantly, perpetually, you're going, you know what I mean? You're going, And when we do that, we ruin our energetic present. We've already got the card coming out here. We got the 8. We've got the 8 of Pentacles in its transverse, right? And I keep on hearing a lot of the energy in separation working through the lack of fairness of situations that are built upon that. You can't build into something new unless you let go of the past. You can't have a healthy partnership unless you let go of the past. And when you don't, it becomes, even when you don't, it becomes really obvious to those energetically around you, right? Because if you're constantly, I keep on hearing, and it's the difference, I keep on hearing, it's the difference between looking at the past like hash, right? And what do we mean by looking at the past like hash versus holding on to the past and refusing to let go of it? When we're looking at the past like hash, we're looking at the past because we're always trying to understand from our past how we can be doing something better, right? We are look at the past to say, what can I take from the past to do something in a better way, right? And so that's the energy that says the past is only hash, in the space of saying we look to the past to articulate upon and to define what we are trying to do better. But when we are holding on to the past too tightly, we often compare the present to the past, right? We often get into that this or that mentality. And that's why I see that for a lot of the energy right now, healing from relationships where one felt like one was perpetually being compared to a past. And this is what's even more important, a past that didn't actually exist. Because let's talk about the illusion of nostalgia. The illusion of nostalgia is the space of understanding that the body and the mind has a hard time of holding on to pain. It's a slippery fish. It gets out of the way. So it's very easy to move away from situations and to forget how hard something was, to forget how difficult it was. All of the bright spots hold on, and all of the pain like flips away, right? And this is the energy that understands that when we're working too much in the context of nostalgia, we're always holding on to a past, and we get real, what do we get about it? Like about it? What happens to those who become too nostalgic? Everything was better back there. That's a place where everything was beautiful and nothing hurt. That is the quality of nostalgia. That is the quality of nostalgia. The quality of nostalgia is where everything was beautiful and nothing hurt, because it is the inability of the mind to remember, to hold on to the energetic pain of circumstances or situations, right? And this is why I keep on hearing that there's some good, I keep on hearing there's like energy right now. There's energy in separation, I keep on hearing, that has like good brain, which means like it has a good head on its shoulders, because it's the energy that says, even in the context of feeling nostalgic for something, what do? They reorient themselves. Welcome to Venus in Gemini, right? Wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, right? It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. They're able to navigate appropriately between the experiences that they sentimentalize, even in a difficult situation. Because of course, you're going to move away from an ugly situation and sentimentalize things. Why would you stay in an ugly situation if there weren't moments that were sentimental, right? But that's the difference between a healthy partnership and an unhealthy one. Because in a healthy partnership, the good outweighs the negative. The positive outweighs the negative, right? But in the unhealthy relationship, those sentimental moments become the pins that often fix you to unhealthy experiences. So that's why I keep on hearing that a lot of those relationships or a lot of those situations, it is the observation of being able to do the metric of quality over like of the quantity over quality, right? It's not just the fact about the like a healthy relationship is not built upon like sporadic divine moments. It is I keep on hearing it is the divinity that persists that makes the energetically divine relationship. It's something that you do consistently is what I keep on saying. It's all the time. I mean, it goes back and forth, but overall it's there. And so that's why I see that for a lot of the energy doing this work, it's that observation, like recognizing and identifying this is the energy that is working in a fundamental way to heal. And I keep on hearing they're built. How are they healing? They're building into the modality of the present. They're observing that the present is where everything energetically exists, and they're staying very healthily grounded in it. Right? They're not. I keep on hearing they're not craning their neck in terms of like they're not looking back and going, "Where is it?" They're going, "I am here." Continuing to get clarification between our Two of Pentacles in its reversal in combination with our Nine of Pentacles in its upright. We have here our Magician in its reversal. So for a lot of the energy that I'm seeing right now, and remember, this is wild. Like these, like, look at this. Jeez Louise. We've got the Hermit card in its reversal, and we've got the Magician card in its reversal. We've got the Eight of Wands transverse in between. If you aren't able to see today's spread, you can, if you're listening on the podcast, you can head over to the Substack. It'll be there when I post the podcast. I would encourage you to see today's spread. It's a pretty interesting one. I'll tell you that much, because what we're effectively seeing, and this is what I meant, right? Talking towards the energy right now, moving deeper into divine union. As I mentioned, these were those magician partnerships. What is happening right now for a lot of those magician partnerships that are moving deeper into divine union? I want to say this. They're getting scarred by the past because of "I like you just the way you are." They're experiencing pain in the scars of the past from the song of the present that says, "I like you just the way you are." Because when we build into the healthy relationship that is the context of mutual appreciation, right? This is what we talk about the fact that healing is not linear. Ow, that hurts, right? Because suddenly when you have that energy of mutual appreciation, you look back upon something where it feels like you weren't energetically appreciated, and things start feeling like they become a lot clearer, right? Things start feeling like they become a lot energetically clearer. It's the observation of being able to recognize and identify and articulate upon that. But it hurts. And that's why I hear the energy going, "Wow," and then they're going, "Ow." They're going, "Wow, this is amazing." "Ow, what was that?" Right? And some of the ow, right? Some of that ow is the ow of something that they recognize that they need to change that they could have changed within themselves from past experiences. Some of this is the work that we do on the self, and some of it is potentially something that they experience in past partnership. Two different modalities I'm seeing that's happening right now. We've got Venus and Gemini. We're gonna get used to two different modalities for a minute, okay? And so what we're effectively identifying that's occurring in these modalities is the fact that the energy is understanding and working through something, and it hurts to see it, right? But they're absolving themselves of that pain. They're releasing it as they experience it, specifically and particularly because it is the energy that understands and what is doing the work there. They're staying firmly grounded in the present. They are anchored in the present. And when we have the energy, I keep on hearing, this is the energy of counterpart that allows the ability to see something with clarity. And when we're able to see something with clarity, we understand that that is the energetic blessing, right? The blessing, like that is the energy that says, like the blessing of being able to see something in a way that one could not see it before. And so that's why I keep on hearing that, like a lot of these energies, like they feel like, I keep on hearing they're blessing each other, but they're blessing each other, and it's like the blessing that feels like energetically painful, because it's the blessing of the partnership itself that is allowing the context to be able to see something that was causing pain in a way that you can now identify and recognize what the energetic hurdle was. Continuing to get clarification between our Nine of Pentacles in its upright in combination with our King of Wands in its reversal. We've got here our Eight of Swords in its upright. Now, again, we've had this card coming up, and I want to describe this too, because for a lot of the energy right now, deep within divine union, this Eight of Swords that we're effectively seeing, this is the Eight of Swords. And I want to describe this too, because I often, and we've got, I have to point this out actually before we continue. We've got 3 8s on the table right now. We've got the Strength card, which is an 8. We've got the Eight of Wands, which is transverse, and we've got the Eight of Swords. And I feel like the thing with a lot of that energy that we're seeing around the 8s has to do with navigating personal limitations. You'll remember that I articulated upon the fact that for a lot of the energy right now, deep within divine union, I was seeing that there's something that's occurring in relationality to the expanding upon of a manifestation goal, potentially talking about the future, talking about the changes, talking about the adaptations, potentially even talking about how much the energy within partnership has changed in the context of being in relationship. And this is the identification point. When we're doing the work of the self, what are we often doing? We're usually trying to identify and understand our own personal limitations, right? Because the personal limitation that is observed is the hurdle, right? That's where we put the work. And this is why it's so important that we heal our egos before we enter partnership, right? Because when we're in that healthy space, right? When we're in the relationship that feels like it is holistic, right? The comprehensive relationship. What is the beauty of partnership? It helps us get a different perspective on things, right? It helps us see around things, right? The beauty of healthy, the beauty, and this is why we talk about the work of healing the ego, is when we have a healthy ego, we see more. Okay, we see more. We get more clarity of thought, because when another person brings their perception to us, we don't earmuff it, right? We don't go, no, 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 right? Like we consider it, right? Because we often talk about the journey as well, that the what is like, and it's also understanding, and this is like at the heart of the work that we often do in Cancer season. Our ego is a gift. I know that you can't shed it entirely, and you can't get rid of it. When you think you've gotten rid of it, it's still there. You still have one. It's always there, right? The ability to understand it is how we're able to work with it, because you have to understand, and this is like what we see, right? The ego is the defense mechanism of the soul. It works to energetically protect us. It is our first line of defense against a world that we don't know is necessarily on our side or not, right? When we're in a healthy space, and this is why we talk about the space of holding standards, because when our ego is in a healthy space, right? When we feel that defensiveness, when we feel that energetic frustration point, right? And this is the difference between disassociation and the ability of being like, of working through something in a way that you're able to feel non-attached to it, right? When you feel that modality or that moment of frustration, right? The observation of where the call is coming from within the house of the self, right? Whether it is something that feels like it is there because it is energetically protecting you versus something that we are feeling energetically defensive of, right? This is often why when we feel triggered, the first thing we feel, like what is the first thing you feel when you feel emotional? You feel defensive, right? That is the natural state. The first thing we feel when we feel emotions is defensiveness. But that's why we do the work to heal, because when we're able to interrogate our defensiveness, when we're able to introspect upon it, when we're able to think upon it, it allows the ability to allow for the higher self to be able to articulate and speak to us, right? Because when we're holding something in that way and we say, why does this bother me? The ego says, because because I wanted to, and then that's usually a sign that it's something that we need to work on internally, right? If we can't articulate why something is bothering us, it's usually a sign that there's something inside of us that we need to do a little bit of work on. But when it's external, right? When it's energetically external, then it is the observation of something that we're able to deliver, right? It is the note that allows for more effective energetic communication. And that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of those relationships and for a lot of those situations, that conversation, if you will, like this is like, I almost feel like for a lot of the energy right now, deep within divine union, it's talking through energetic frustrations that feels like a delight. And why does it feel like it? Because when you're in a healthy relationship and you talk about frustrations, but you're not projecting them onto each other, you're able to energetically hash something out, if you will. Then you look towards the problems as ways to better perfect partnership, right? It's almost like you're eager for it, right? You're like, yeah, let's talk about it, right? Like it's like, let's get to work, because it's just amplifying the energetic good. It's working into that space more. Now, continuing to get clarification between our Hermit card in its reversal in combination with our Eight of Wands in its transverse. Can I get one card to clarify, please? Clarification coming through right now with the Tower. Now, I think that this is important. I know how you guys get when we see the Tower card, okay? But I want to describe to you the energy that we're seeing around the Tower card here in this reading, because I feel like there's a lot of that energy that we're seeing, like the cards that we're seeing right now around this Tower card, they feel like they are positive. They feel like they are energetically productive. Why? Because let's talk about the energy and separation, right? When we identify, like when we're in a healthy space, and this is why we talk about the fact that this is why we talk about the fact that like a spiritual journey is one by which I keep wondering, a healthy spiritual journey is one where we are out there with a flashlight looking for our energetic blind spots, is what I keep on hearing. A healthy spiritual journey is one that you're just out there like with a flashlight, like looking for those blind spots. You're like, what am I missing? What am I missing? Right? It's like it's the introspection of the self, right? Like it's the eagerness by which you move towards it, because it's the understanding and the definition of that that's saying, oh, good, that's where I have to put the work, right? And that's what I keep on hearing with that. And that's why I keep on hearing there's some kind of deep healing that's happening right now for energy in separation as it relates to the difference between a manifestation goal that is articulated versus a manifestation goal that is embodied. And why do we see that? Because it is the understanding or the observation that facilitating upon that work, recognizing and identifying the shape of that work. That is the shape that we are working on. Like that is the work that we're often bringing towards the self. And that's why I keep on hearing, like, look at this. And I was just writing about this, right? Like, this is the energy that like works towards the space of the vulnerability of self, right? They're not, like I keep on hearing, they're not avoiding, I keep on hearing, they're not avoiding, they're moving directly through the self, right? It's giving me a lot of that, like the only way out is through kind of mentality, because a lot of that energy that we're effectively seeing, that identification point in relationality to like what one is working to do better. This is the ground by which these relationships are building upon. That is solid ground. That is solid foundation, right? Like think about that's what I meant about these temperance partnerships being so energetically strong, because it is the energetic space that says that they're understanding and identifying the work of the self, and they're working towards it in order to define how they're doing something better. And in that space, they are fortifying the partnership from the self, right? Because it is the space by which we identify that becomes our energetic fortification point. So that's why I keep on hearing like these relationships have incredible ballast, because the ballast is the space of the energy that addresses the work of the self as they're working towards counterpart relationship. And this is why I see that for a lot of the energy right now, moving deeper into divine union, clarification between our Eight of Wands in its transverse in combination with our Magician card in its reversal. Can I get one card to clarify, please? Clarification coming through right now with our Empress energy. And I just want to show you, I want to show you something right now. Okay. I want to show you right now what we're seeing as it relates to these partnerships. Okay. I'm going to show you what the energy and separation looks like right now to one another. And I'm going to show you what the energy moving into divine union with one another looks like. Okay. The energy and separation, feminine is in strength. Heavy Sagittarius energy, right? This is the feminine energy that is working on the appreciation of the self. This is the feminine energy that says my standards are not negotiable. They are my energetic standards. And that is why I feel like for a lot of the feminine energy, that is the feminine that is feeling that sense of being energetically strong within themselves. And this is the feminine that says, I do that work of letting go of rejection, right? Because rejection is a blessing. If we're holding our standards and we're rejected for holding our standards, then that is protection. That is spiritual protection. And this is the masculine that's doing the work, bearing in mind this is not based on gender, but what one feels most aligned to, that articulates and says, if I am doing the work to communicate, right, the well of the feelings that I must breach in order to communicate to feminine, learning not to disassociate, but to learn how to communicate through. This is the masculine that is building the bridge within themselves to articulate upon the feelings. And how are they doing it? They're building it brick by brick. They're saying, bear with me as I do this. I haven't learned to do it before. I've always been taught to shut it off. I'm learning that shutting it off is not strong. When someone tells you to get strong in something, they don't say don't do it. They say go through it. And so this is the energy that says, pardon me as I'm learning to do this. It takes work. It's not easy. And it feels like I'm stumbling every step of the way, but yet I persist because I understand that that ability to communicate upon the feelings is how I build a bridge to feminine. Continuing now for the energy that's moving deeper into partnership. We've got here our Magician card in its reversal. Here you go, very similar. Do you see the similarity here? Do you see the similarity between the Strength card and the Hermit card? So this is the energy that's moving deeper into divine union. What do we see the feminine and masculine doing? Feminine energy, feeling mutual appreciation. Look at this. Look at the mutual appreciation here of the Magician partnerships. Feminine, feeling the sense of being energetically appreciated, right? A lot of frustration potentially rising up there. A lot of the frustration of feminine looking back in the past going, what was all of that then? Right? Either upon the self, like pointing the finger at the self, or pointing the finger away from the self, right? They're going, what was that? To the self, right? What were you doing? Or what were you doing, right? It's a lot of that type of energy. For masculine, identifying and defining and feeling immediate inner child healing, right? The energy that says, you don't have to pretend with me. I adore you just the way you are. That allows the masculine to say, now I can begin to become the person that I aspire and desire to be. Fertile ground here, fertile ground coming into partnership. While for the energy that is deep within divine union, can I get one card to clarify between our Magician card in its reversal in combination with our Eight of Swords in its upright? We've got here our Chariot card in its reversal. Now, this is what I meant about the fact that there's no qualifier in relationality to where one finds oneself on these frequencies. Because I told you, like like right now, divine union. It's a bit of a mess. Pardon our appearance is what I keep on getting. There's a lot of this, like, I feel like there's a lot of this energy that I'm seeing deep within divine union, because it's the amplification of a manifestation goal that requires one to learn something new. It's the amplification of a manifestation goal that requires one to like reach deeper into your toolbox, as it were. So I'm just seeing that for a lot of the energy doing that work, right? Like being able to kind of be, I feel like there's a lot of the energy right now. I just keep on hearing the energy deep within divine union is very much in student kind of energy. It's very much in student kind of energy, because it is working through something and learning as you go. I told you it's Wheel of Fortune into Fool. So it's a lot of that training wheels, but it's not just training wheels. It's like training wheels that you feel like you're putting the training wheels on as you're energetically moving. Continuing to get clarification between our Tower card and our Empress card. Can I get one card to clarify, please? Clarification coming through right now with our World card in its reversal. So what are we seeing right now with the World card in its reversal? How do I describe this best? A lot of the energy that we're seeing right now, I keep on seeing it's the articulation and amplification of being able to recognize and identify the frustration, you know, and that's what I keep on seeing that feels like it's really important, which is, again, and this is why I'm not surprised to see this, we're about to move into Leo energy, and we've also got Mercury in Leo, which is like understanding what a roar is for, is what I keep on hearing. What is a roar for? A roar, right? A roar is the ability to articulate and to speak upon something that one cares about, right? The difference, like defining your roar is important, right? Because there is the roar that is a roar of pain. And the thing is, a roar of pain is not helpful. It doesn't move anything forward, right? It is the roar of pain that often pushes others farther away from us, right? It is the roar that scares, right? It's the roar that creates energetic fear, right? So it's a lot of that roar that says, get away from me. And I keep on hearing the ego often roars in that way. The ego roars in that way. And often when we roar in that way, we push those away from us who should be able to energetically help us, right? It's the space by which we energetically roar that says, it's a communication to others that says, stand back instead of come closer, right? But there's the roar, and the higher self roars from a place of energetic protectiveness. The higher self roars from a space of being able to amplify and articulate something that has meaning to it, right? There's the roar of protectiveness. There's the roar of defensiveness. There's the roar that articulates not, again, it's the context of feeling something like frustrating, right? And being able to find the energetic bravery, right? The bravery it takes to articulate upon something in a way that it allows for that. And I keep on hearing our roar becomes rampant when we speak it from the heart of bravery, which is the space to say that the things that we care about, the ability to put words to it, the ability to communicate upon it, like that is where we find and define the things that we energetically care about. So I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy across all of the frequencies, there's a lot of the energy I keep on hearing that is refining their roar, right? Which is to say, it is the ability to understand. And I keep on saying, communicating upon the fact that one has feelings is not communication. Everybody has feelings. Everyone has feelings. And often when we are roaring from the place of having feelings, we can tell that it's coming from the egoic space, because the feelings lack meaning. We're just notifying others that we have them. But when we are able to articulate and to define why we care about something, right? Like what we define, what we see that's energetically greater, then that is something that gives us a sense of direction, right? It is like it is the roar that says, like, this is the direction that we're moving towards. Like, this is what we need to energetically achieve, right? So I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy, this is why it feels like it's fundamental, because I feel like for a lot of that energy right now in separation, this is energy that is healing from relationships or situations wherein I keep on hearing like the space by which, and this is a problem about it, like when you have too big of an ego, right? Like when you have got too big of an ego, you can't hear anything. And not only do you not hear anything, but if someone tries to say something to you, what do? What does the ego do? It feels defensive because it starts feeling emotional. And then what does it do? It roars, right? And that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of that energy, like that is the energy that's learning to heal, because that is the energy in separation that says it's not that we're not supposed to have an ego, but the ego that is helpful is the ego that we can communicate through. It is the channel by which we are able to articulate and communicate with, like, that's how we can usually tell that our ego's in a good space. We can communicate through it, right? We can identify and recognize what needs to be healed, and we can try to work in that space or in that fashion in order to identify and recognize how we can do something energetically better. And that's why I feel like I keep on hearing like there's energy right now in separation that is healing from the wound of looking towards something and saying, I could not work with them, right? And why could they not work with them? Because it's the space or the identification point of, like, I keep on seeing like that frustration that we often experience, where again, it's the difference between the embodied manifestation goal, which is the articulation of saying that the work that we do in partnership is a work that's mutually shared. It's not one that we say, you need to start doing this, you need to start doing that. There's no you in healthy partnership. It should always be in the context of we. Like, this is what we are doing. This is how we are working together. And that's why I keep on hearing. I even see some relationships right now that are healing because someone refused to move into the pathwork of integrating into we, which is the separation point of someone saying, like, continually, like, I keep on hearing, like, isolating themselves and giving some kind of passive aggressive space of not wanting to be in partnership because they refuse to identify the fact that they were doing something with another person together. And so that's why I feel like there's something about this right now, because I keep on seeing there's something about these relationships that feel like they're holistic. And remember when I said they feel like they're holistic because there's a W involved, like the whole, not holistic with an H, but holistic with a W, which is to say that that's the space where we're identifying and recognizing that that identification point in relationality to working towards something in such a way that it allows for the comprehensive aspect of being able to do something energetically together. Right. And so I feel like even there's something about those relationships that feel profoundly integrated, because the integration point that we are identifying upon is the space by which they are able to recognize what it is that they're trying to do in a different way. This brings us to a lot of the energy moving deeper into divine union. Now, this is very similar to what we're seeing for the energy deep within divine union, coming into divine union. Clarification between our Empress card and the Chariot card in its reversal. One card to clarify. Woo! Queen of Swords. I just want to bring this up. You know, these cards, the Queen of Swords and the Hermit card, they don't come out a lot in my reading. They don't come out in a lot in my reading, but what's beautiful and profound about the fact that they come out together, and I told you, it's a continuation of the reading that we're having in relationality to this Capricorn full moon. It is the observation and the identification point that, and like it's bringing us back to the conversation on surrender, remembering that, and this is the misconception when it comes to the space of the identification point of what surrender means. Surrender does not mean giving up. Surrender means acceptance. And when we are energetically, and I keep on hearing, when we energetically surrender within ourselves, right? When we do the work of surrendering within ourselves, it is the ability to define that there are things that we are trying to do in ways that we have not before. And when we are able to surrender to ourselves, we allow ourselves the opportunity to become profound. Why do we allow ourselves to become the opportunity to become profound? Because we become self-referential. And when we become self-referential, we reference into the self to be able to articulate and identify something that we're working on doing better. And so that pathwork, I keep on hearing, like the energy Like, and that's what I meant about all of this, like, energy that is coming into retrograde. There's a lot of the energy that I'm seeing right now that is working towards the context of being self-referential, because of the space of being able, when we're able to be self-referential, we're able to identify and articulate how we're trying to move more sacredly. And so that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy doing that work, that feeling or that expression, building into partnership where they feel like they're being held sacredly. Like, that is what it feels like to be mutually appreciated. And when we're in the space of being mutually appreciated, it changes the context by which we view the past. It clears our lens, right? And that clarity of perception, that's why I see it's like a lot of that energy looking back, and what they see there isn't pretty. In fact, potentially looking even worse than it was at the time that they initially experienced it. But it's that space of feeling the anchor, right? The anchor of the present that allows the context to be able to view the past, but not feel, I keep on hearing, not feeling the need to rush back and address something, not feeling the need to like go backwards, because that's the energy that makes peace with the past in the context that they experience it. Understanding the present that acts as anchor is the present that is blessed, because it's giving them the ability to energetically see it. This brings us to a lot of the energy deep within divine union right now. Final card for today's spread, between our world card in its reversal in combination with our Queen of Swords in its reversal, we have here the Death card. And that's what we're effectively seeing in relationality to the pathwork of energetic transformation, right? When we, and then this is what I meant about the fact that when we're in that healthy spiritual journey, we're always going within the self with a flashlight. We're always looking for something that we could be doing better, right? We're always agonizing upon it. We're always worrying about it. And that's why we talk about the never are we more in a space of perfection than when we're worrying about ourselves, right? That is what we mean by minding our business. When we're paying attention to ourselves, when we're trying to articulate and define something that we're doing better, we become energetically blessed, because we're not looking at the problem outside and saying, it's you, it's you, it's you. It's the understanding of saying, sometimes it's me, sometimes it's you, sometimes I'm experiencing something, sometimes that's something that you need to work out. It is the logic by which you are able to identify where the work needs to go that is the articulation point of allowing for the space of something to be able to evolve into a space that feels like it is better. And that's why I see that for a lot of the energy doing that work right now, deep within divine union, it's that space or that consideration point, like that point of being able, I keep on hearing, this is energy that is feeling the space of change. They're working into the context of change, but they're allowing for that space of understanding and recognizing. And I encourage you, if you're joining us, to take a look at today's spread, because you'll see this center pillar that we're experiencing in this reading today. It is the identification point of being able to identify and articulate and work on something that allows, I keep on hearing, this is the energy that navigates that death card energy by honing upon the self in the best way possible, which is to look at the self and say, yes, that's not something like, this is something that I'm working on getting better at. This is something that I'm working to improve upon. And so I feel like for a lot of the feminine right now, that is a lot of energetic productivity that we're seeing as it relates to the tangible space, bearing in mind this is not based on gender, but what one feels most aligned to. While for masculine, I see them more in a space of contemplation, particularly as it relates to the way that they communicate, or the way, I keep on hearing, like I keep on hearing their own pathwork of understanding and identifying the significance of the profound, I keep on hearing the profound transformation that's occurring for masculine, that is understanding that emotions are not something to just be rid of, that they are the most important thing. And our ability to learn how to navigate through them and to communicate through them builds us into the space of our strength. Because I keep on hearing, like, for a lot of the masculine energy, the emotions are considered the weakness. And that's the space of, again, understanding that when we work in terms of learning to feel our emotions and communicate through them, we find ourselves, like, I keep on hearing, we heal our relationship, not only to ourselves, but to all of those around us. Bottom of the deck on today's reading. Boom, we got the Two of Cups in its upright. So, I feel like there's a lot of that work that we're seeing right now in relationality too. And I feel like there's something important about this, because it is the further conversation about looking at partnership and not saying what's wrong, right? We have to heal ourselves from this. When we go through the space of saying what's wrong with this person, right? Like you have to think about when you're looking at counterpart and you're saying what's wrong with this person, like you're already articulating the fact that you're seeing something energetically there that isn't allowing for the context by which something can be made right. We have to start to heal the way that we talk towards one another because there's nothing, keep on hearing, there's nothing wrong with anyone. The question that we need to ask ourselves is whether they're energetically aligned to us. And the way that you can articulate whether someone's aligned to you is when you bring a difficulty to them, when you bring like a circumstance that needs to be amended, right? When we're in alignment, we work towards that healing. It is the energetic burden that is mutually shared, the context by which you're able to naturally work through and adapt to something. But we have this difficult situation where we bring each other our homework. We say, I need a little help with this. And another person says, and again, if someone's not in alignment to us, they say like, that's a you problem, right? And then we start saying like, what's wrong with this person? The question you need to ask yourself is, are they moving? Are they moving in the space of an embodied manifestation, which is not just the space of them saying that they aspire or desire for something, but they're walking towards it, right? Because it's easy to say that you desire things. It is different to be able to embody them. And so I keep on seeing that the word that's coming through right now for a lot of the energy is working through the context of partnership as the embodied journey, which is not just to say that you aspire or desire for the best relationship, but you also understand the work that it takes to get there. And what I see right now for across all of the frequencies, like this is the energy that says it's rough on those streets. It's rough on those streets because often the work that you do to heal partnership, it's usually the finger doesn't go out. It usually goes in it's usually first here, right? Because when we fix that and we're able to understand what it is we're working on, we can better define, like it's all about the sense of direction as to where that effort, that force of intention needs to go. So I keep on hearing, and that's what I meant about the energy right now in separation. What is this energy saying to one another? You seem like you've got really good direction sense, right? You seem like you have really good direction sense. I told you it's like map maker energy with the temperance partnerships, which is knowing where the work needs to go, right? For the energy that's moving into divine union, this is the energy that has their finger, that's the energy that has the finger pointed straight down to the present, because the energy says, this is what anchors me. Even as they're starting to have a revelation or something about the past, they're not running back to it because they're like, this is where I found that insight. This is the clear sight. Like this is the place that you find clarity is the place that is right for you. And often this is why we'll have these profound moments of clarity about things from the past when we're in healthy partnership, because it is the relationship itself that is the healing. While for masculine and feminine energy that is deep within divine union, I just keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy deep within divine union, working in the context of the self, that adaptability point, that recognition, or that point of perspective, like I keep on seeing that this is the energy that is building into the context of partnership, because I keep on hearing it is the relationship or the identification point of being able to see or to feel the manifestation that is, I keep on hearing it's like the energy of the manifestation that is maturating at the same rate of the relationship, of the context of the energies within it, right? So it's a lot, I keep on hearing it's like a lot of that space that feels like, I keep on hearing it feels like the energetic productivity point, because it feels like, I keep on seeing it's like the balance point by which it feels like that work is mutually shared. That is where we find all of the energy. That is our daily collective read for today. I want to thank all of you for being here and experiencing it. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can book one on my site. Please keep in mind, if you book a private reading with me, it is a 2-step process. You have to book the reading, you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both if you'd like to have that reading. Also, most importantly, please remember that I will never, ever, 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 ever reach out to you for a personal reading. I will never DM you. I will never PM you. I will never slide into your inbox and tell you that I have a very important message that only I can deliver. The only way you can book a reading with me is if you book one on my site. So I would encourage you to do it there. Also, a couple of updates before we move into personal reading today. First and foremost, thank you to everyone who participated in our recent class on the temperance card. Our next class will be held on Wednesday, July 16th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the Devil card. If you would like to become a part of that class program, all you need to do is head over to my Substack and become a paid subscriber. Your paid subscription to my Substack is your ticket of entry into our live classes each and every month. You will also, as a subscriber, have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library class archive. Now, it's not necessary to catch up. I'll be doing my best to give you an update on everything that we've studied prior to beginning our next class, but the material is there for you to receive as you're ready to receive it. You'll also have access to a one-on-one chat with me and the other students to ask any questions it may have in relation to anything we've learned or studied thus far. And if you become a founding member to my Substack, not only will you receive a discount on the full year's worth of classes, you will also receive full access to the entirety of the Tarot Church Library class archive. That is access to over 15 hours worth of material in an ever-expanding library. You will also have access to a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me, where I will meet with you personally to assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best of your advantage towards your personal tarot goals moving forward. One of the things I tried to do in these classes was make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader as well as the seasoned reader. There's definitely something there for everyone. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my Substack, I would encourage you to follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my weekly newsletter there, which will let you know about my in-person events as well as my online live schedule. You'll also be notified as to any giveaway informations or any new news. I also post my mystic meditation articles there. I just released one today walking you through navigating this Capricorn full moon that we have coming in just a couple of days. I also want to let you guys know that on top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes. These are for any of my students that are seeking a more personalized educational experience with me. I take a very limited number of students for this reason, as those classes are focused on each individual's personal spiritual goals and journey work. Those classes can be purchased on an individual level or as a monthly class series, weekly or bi-weekly as your schedule permits. Also, for my students that are seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute readings, again, weekly or bi-weekly as your schedule permits, so that you can stay more consistent on your personal journey. I also want to let you guys know that I'm also offering dream interpretation readings. You can purchase these per dream or as a series. I would encourage that if you purchase the dream interpretation series package, that you start to keep a dream journal, as we will meet weekly or bi-weekly with that journal and utilize the tarot to understand the key themes and messages coming towards you in the dream space. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages, and we will do this again tomorrow. That is our daily collective read. We are going to get started on personal readings. Congratulations to Dragons. You got our highest gifter for today. And thank you so much, Nikki. You came in second, so you will have an additional card in your reading. If anyone else would like to get on the list for today, you will be the 7th person read for. It is 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers, being some of my oops, hold on a minute, as I'm knocking things over. 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers, being some of my LIO. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Please remember, we are also having another giveaway right now. When we get to 50K likes, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen, and we'll get to 50K in no time. Also, for anyone who's interested in getting on the list for today, welcome. We do life path readings here, highest priority messages from spirit, past life, angelic guidance, pet readings, animal spirit guide readings, mediumship, love readings, and dream interpretations. If you have information that you feel is relevant for the purposes of our reading, you can include it in the notes when you send the donation, or you can post it in our subscriber-only Discord channel in the appropriate channels. Hi there. I love a summer storm. Who doesn't, little vamp? Good to see you today, Bean. And thank you, Linda, for the follow. All right. Thank you, Hardy P, for the gifts, and thank you for re-upping your heart me. That part's why I love it. Absolutely. Thank you for the compliment, Raina. And thank you for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live, and thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow as well. Leo energy. Yeah, it does, right? Those first two cards feeling like heavy Leo energy. Oh my God, someone named Hot Mess Healer joined, person involved with the class. I don't know, I saw that myself. Danielle, thank you for the follow. And Catherine, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. You started a painting this week. That's wonderful, Estelle, because I've been frustrated socially. Continue to do that work. V, I've been exercising so much, proud of myself, sending you so much support on that journey, V. The frustration I've been feeling is fire energy. I get it. No, I understand. I get Listen, we got Mercury in Leo right now, and we're about to head into Leo season. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised, dear. Thank you as well. Grand Rising, Haley. I feel seen. Thank you, Estelle. Busybody energy is exactly me. I can see that. Thank you, Lolo. Good to see you today, Julia. Vilma, thank you for the follow. A hair tutorial. I'm not sure what kind of tutorial I give. I usually just throw it up. Like, this is me just throwing my hair up and wishing for the best. Hi there, Per. Good to see you today. And thank you for recharging your heart needs. Lori, I'm happy to read for you on that. If you'd like to get on the list, you'll be the 7th person read for. And thank you for the follow. I didn't know you had a podcast. Yes. So Selena, if you ever want to catch this full reading and you miss it here, we also do a podcast. You can find that podcast over on on Spot at Tarot Church, or you can find it over on Substack. Grand Rising, Queen of Swords. So good to see you today. Brandy, thank you for the follow. How do you know the difference between intuition and ego? Typically, Alana, the way we like to define that is you have to ask a question on why you feel the way you do, right? The higher self always has a reason. The higher self is always ready to sit down and have that explanation. But if you're feeling something and you're not able to define the reason why, right? If it's just something that feels like it's energetically triggering to the self, that's usually a sign that it's coming from the ego. I hope that helps. And thank you for the follow, dear. Up to transcending old self, embracing the unknown of tomorrow. Beautifully said. Tap to claim. Yes, I like that. Moving towards oneself, transforming to oneself in each moment. Tap to claim, Julia. And Samantha, thank you for the follow. Grit. Yeah, grit indeed. Exploring the feelings is strength. Tap to claim. Much easier to ignore them or push them off than to explore them, especially for masculine. Yeah, we want to appreciate the masculine energy doing this work. Bearing in mind, this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. I see for feminine, I keep on hearing the fixed point of a need, being able to articulate upon those fixed points. Can we just put our hands over our ears and go, la, la, la? No, we can't. I just had a whole reading on why we can't do that. No earmuff energy. No, la, 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 la. See, Mike, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Kay, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I can see it. I told you, that's what I'm seeing, Nikki. Remember, it's Wheel of Fortune into Fool energy. So yeah. Oh, thank you for the compliment, Louise. Or Lewis. Oh, I'm okay with that. I'll take that. I'll take that reference. I'm not mad to be I'm not gonna be mad about that comparison. Personally, my mind's need roller coaster the past month or two. One moment I feel like I'm moving. Yes. Excellent. Hi there. Welcome, channeling. So good to see you today. Next minute, my hands are like, hey, I know you've made the right choice, but my head's like, I like that, Ember. Yes, sorry, mine's been a roller coaster. I've been roaring in defense from my partner for sure. Sending you support, Nikki. Grand Rising Lady Jane from Oregon. Amanda, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Logan, blessings to you, dear. And thank you, Da, for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live. I'm so frustrated. Oh, sending you so much support, Jen. And thank you as well. Coop, thank you for the follow. And Grand Rising Bookcase, good to see you today. Tag, thank you for sharing the live. Excellent. And Daggers, thank you for helping me reach my crown goal. Thank you as well, Nikki, for sharing the live. Vivian, thank you for the follow. I got you on the list, you're on the list, dear. I'm going to read the list right now. If I call you on the list, if I do not call your name and you're on the list, please let me know. Put the initial where you sent the payment. Don't put the full name. Don't put the full name of where you put the payment. Just send the initial and let me know. I've got right now Lisa, Kara, Bryn, Julia, Per, and Dragons. If anyone is on the list who have not named, please let me know your name, your first name, and the initial of where you sent the donation, just the initial. And if anyone wants to get on the list right now, you can get on the list. We do life path, highest priority messages from spirit, angelic guidance, pet readings, animal spirit guide readings, mediumship readings, love readings. We also do dream interpretation readings. All right, and you'll find, and we're also friends, we're at 23K likes. When we get to 100K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective, so make sure you're tapping that screen, and we'll get to 100K in no time. All right, that said, why don't we get to our one, let's get started on our personal readings. But before we start our personal readings, let's warm ourselves up with an intuition check. All right, I've got our animal spirit guide card here. Let's count back from 10. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what your impressions are. And when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the cat. Thank you guys so much for participating. We'll do that again after the next reading. All right, we are reading right now. First thing we're reading for right now is, first person we're reading for today is Lisa. Lisa, I guess that's one of your cards. If you can respond in all caps, let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And just a reminder, if you have information that you feel is relevant to our reading, for instance, if you have a dream that you would like interpreted or a past life you would like more information on, you can post it in the notes when you send the donation. You can also post it in our subscriber only Discord channel in the appropriate channels. I got you, Lisa. And guys, I'm going to pin Lisa here. Let's make sure that we're supporting each other across the apps. Let's make sure we're all following Lisa. Woo, we're doing a pet reading. Oh, I love it. Okay, perfect. All right, there's 2 parts to it. So just reading over Lisa's question. Lisa, I'd love to get a message from my pet, Kata. She is a German Shepherd, 8 months old. She's shown anxiety lately and I'd like to know what she needs. I got you, dear. Can I get 3 more cards, please? Is the ground shaking where you are? Is there like, I'm getting here like, I'm getting here like tremor energy, which is interesting. You know, like I feel like there's something about that. And it's actually like, I feel like, I keep on hearing it's like they can tell something is beneath them, is all I keep on hearing, right? And it's like I keep on hearing like it's like they're saying they're like something's happening below me, but I can't get a sense of it. Like I feel like I see them following like something underneath them is what I keep on seeing, you know? And I almost feel like it's like I almost feel like they're trying to alert you to it. You know, if you're, this is going to sound kind of wild, but if you're living in a space that there's people below you, you might want to go introduce them. You might need to go introduce them to the energy that lives directly below you, because I keep on hearing them, like I keep on reading for this energy and they're going like everything, all this, like everything I'm reading is having like, it's like a big finger that's like pointed downwards. And I feel like it's them observing, like they're trying, they don't understand. You know what I mean? Like I see a situation that like they don't understand. And so it's like there's some kind of activity below them, and it's making them like on high alert because they're like, I keep on seeing it's like they're like I keep on they're like clocking it. Like I feel like it's like somebody's pacing below them, and it's like it might not make sense to you, but I almost see you like following them, right? So I would be very conscientious if it feels like this pet is like moving around in ways that feels like they're tracking something that you can't see. Because I keep on hearing if it feels like they're tracking something that you can't see, they're tracking the movement of the energy beneath them. And so I keep on hearing they're saying something about the ground not being stable, and there's something else like I keep on hearing them say like, "Mom, there's something below us," is what I keep on hearing them say. They're going like, "Mom, there's something below us. There's something below us." So that's what I meant. If they haven't, if and I know it might sound wild, but if you have the opportunity to somehow figure out who lives, if there's like I said, if there's like a situation where there's something energetically beneath you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, to help them like see it. So if there's like if there's like, like let them get down there is all I keep on hearing. Because once they get down there, they'll be like, oh, like I hear them going like, oh, I see them going like, oh, because like they're trying to get to the bottom of it, right? And I feel like they're trying to protect you from it, because I keep on feeling like there's something about the activity that is below you, that they have the anxiety that whatever's below you is going to burrow up this, like it's going to burrow up to the surface, is what I keep on hearing them say. They're like they're worried, like they're worried that it's going to burrow up to the surface and get you, is what I keep on hearing. Right? Is like all I keep on. They're like, and that's why I feel like there's some kind of anxiety, because I just see the energy like they don't get it. And that's why I keep on hearing like if you get like they'll like if they are able, like go bring them a bread basket or something. Like, you know what I mean? Is what I'm getting. Like, go find some kind of context by which you can get down there. But make sure, I keep on hearing, make sure you bring them with you, so that they could. I keep on hearing like look around energy, because I have a feeling like as soon as they do that, I feel like I see them going like this. I see them going like this and going like, like I keep on hearing like putting the pieces together is what I keep on seeing them go. They're like, oh, like, is what I keep on getting. Like I see somebody going, like, you know what I mean? Like it's like the lock that goes into a key, in them getting the fact that like that what that like, because I keep on hearing it's like their mind is racing. Is like I see them. They're like imagining all of the possibilities of what it could be. They're like, "Oh my gosh," like it's like all the possibilities, like, "Oh my gosh, what if it's like," I see them being like, it's definitely big. Like I see them being like, "It's definitely big. Are they trying to get up in here?" Is what, and I keep on, and I would also be very conscientious if it feels like if you see them pawing at the floor in some way. Because if you're seeing them pawing at the floor in that way, like let that serve as further confirmation on this reading. Because I keep on hearing they're like, I want to, I keep on hearing, so either someone needs help, or we need to get, or like either someone needs help or they're coming to get us, is all I keep on hearing. And they're not sure which. They're going, either someone needs help or they're coming to get us, and I'm not sure which it is. So I feel like that's what's creating a lot of anxiety. So you need to let them know that whoever's below you is fine, is what I keep on hearing. Um, Bottom of the deck on this reading. Yeah. it's it's like it's something, it's about the curiosity. I feel like there's some kind of like, it's so funny because I keep on seeing the context where someone has not, I keep on hearing someone has not mastered the concept of floors, is all I keep on hearing. Which is why I keep on hearing the fact that like the observation of showing them and being like, look, It's okay. You know what I mean? Like look, they're okay. They're not, no, they're not trying to get up. They're not, we don't need to rescue them. We don't need to do a rescue attempt. They think they're underground is what I keep on hearing. Like they think, that's why I keep on hearing burrowing, which is saying either they want to burrow to get down to them or they're worried about them burrowing up. So that ability of helping them get, like, I feel like you need to slowly bring them into the concept of understanding what floors are, because that ability of understand, I keep on hearing the fact that there's something under the ground that is okay is what I keep on hearing. Like, yeah, like you have to say to someone like, no, it's underground, but it's okay because it's not, is like, I that's what I kept on seeing is them connecting the dots and being like they're going to get it eventually, but this might speed up that process. Is like, because I see them being like, and like them going like, and even in that, like you might, like, again, one thing that might also help with this is if you can get them into a mall, if you can get them into a mall somewhere where they can see an open floor plan so they can understand that the things that they hear below them, like they get a better sense of what they're hearing, is going to help them to a certain extent with their energetic anxiety, because they're very people focused. And that's why I keep on hearing them say either we need to help them or I need to protect you from them. So their understanding of you showing them being like, they're just fine where they are. They like it there. It's like, I feel like it's going to bring them a sense of energetic relief. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Lisa. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. You will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 person read for. It's 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there's 2 things I don't read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in a private reading, and you can book a private reading on my site. We do life path here, highest priority messages from spirit, past life, angelic guidance, pet readings, animal spirit guide readings, mediumship, love readings, and dream interpretation. You can find the full list when you send the donation over on my Binks, the tree that has Binks in it in my bio. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through. We're also at 25.4K likes. When we get to 50K, I'll be gifting a reading back to the collective, so make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. All right. And one moment, please. Perfect. I struggled to fall back asleep this AM after waking up too early, and of course I just dozed. It happens to the best of us, Nikki. It happens to the best of us. Sticking with dog. White llama. What's the white llama, dude? What does that even mean, Erica? What is white llama, dude? I appreciate you too, Nikki. And Kelly, thank you for those heart knees. All right. Yes, per reading. Thank you so much, dear. Oh, a 3-story apartment. You gotta let them know everybody's fine down there. Bless her heart. Exactly. Should I knock? I think you should. I think you should. I think it would help. I mean, even if you have to find the pretense, be like, I think you might want to say to them, I think my puppy's anxious because they hear people down here and I just wanted to introduce them to you. Like just like a little bit of a moment so they can get a look-see is what I keep on hearing. Stop. That is so cute. I feel bad. Well, I feel like that's the thing about it. I keep on hearing I keep on hearing them say either we need to help them or we're in danger is what I keep on hearing. Like they're either going, we need to help them or we're in danger is what I keep on hearing. Yeah, like they hear moles. Exactly. Like it's like, that's what I mean. We were supposed to move this summer, but had to renew the lease here. Yeah. Okay, that's a beautiful idea. Yeah. She's not. Poor baby. Okay. Yeah, it kind of makes sense with a German Shepherd. I feel like they're very grounded. That's what I mean. That's why I don't know why I keep on seeing someone like they're like it's focused downwards. Yeah, the dog. I mean, the dog thinks there might be a bad guy somewhere. Exactly. That's what I keep on seeing, Kelly. They're either they need help or we're in danger. Is all I keep on hearing. Yes, exactly. No, that's what I mean about them wanting to help. Like they're trying to figure out who they need to help, and that's why you have to say to them, you don't need to help anybody. You're fine. Everything's fine. Beautiful. Thank you. Beautiful energy. Really sweet. And Brandy, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. All right. The next person we're reading for today is Kara. I see you, dear. Before we do Kara's reading, we're going to do another intuition check. And if anybody wants to get on the list right now, you will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 person read for. All right, I've got our animal spirit guide card here. I'm going to count back from 10. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what your impressions are. And when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swan. Who said turkey? I mean, like, it's a stretch. No, I don't know, guys. Come on. It's all right. We'll try it next time. Good job. All right. All right, let's continue right now. We're reading for Kara. I got you there, and I'm going to pin Kara here, guys. Make sure that let's give Kara a follow. Let's make sure that we're supporting each other across the platforms. Kara, general reading resonated. Love reading on on David and Greg. So we got 2 different energies that we're reading on right now. Are we doing so we got 3 cards. So I just want to make sure how I'm allotting the cards. So I can do just let me know if we're doing 2 different energies. So I can do 1 for each and then advice going forward. There was a lot of you who guessed birds. That's true. Clarification on either. I got you, dear. All right, so you've got, again, you're a subscriber. So what I'll do is I'll draw 2 on each. How about that? Do you want to do 2 on each? Okay. Okay, let's see. Can I get a moment? Okay, 2 on the first energy and 2 on the second. Thank you. I mean, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I'm seeing energetically around these 2 individuals. Now, that first person that you're talking towards, you know, like this is giving me some like somebody like really clumsy. Like really, 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 really like talking about like fumbling, like, like, and this is why we should never try to be cool. Because when we try to be cool, we will ice ourselves out of another person's existence that quickly, is what I keep on seeing. Like none of this, like there's nothing less cool than someone trying to play hard to get. Because when hard to get meets like dream come true, like dream come true is not going to chase after hard to get, is what I keep on getting. And I see some kind of situation where like I see someone's hand shaking. Like they didn't know what to do. Like I feel like they were so worried about blowing it that they completely like blew it, is what I keep on seeing. Like it's giving me the type of energy, like I'm gonna be cool. Like congratulations. You just iced yourself out of another person's existence. What's cool? Caring is cool. Like caring is energetically cool. And I feel like that's the thing that is difficult in relationality to that energy, is like I feel like I see them like having to work through their own anxiety to be able to articulate how they feel. Now, I'm not saying this in the context by which, like, I feel like the thing you have to identify there is like that's not a you problem. That's a them problem. Like that's something that they need to kind of work on. And I keep on seeing, like, don't, like, it almost feels like someone owes you an apology. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like, I see this here. Like, it feels like someone that has to take some kind of accountability for um, like I keep on hearing like like being dismissive of you in some way is what I keep on seeing. So just, I think that there's something to recognize there because um I keep on hearing like another person's fear is not your responsibility, which is to say like sometimes when we're carrying a lot of fear, we do foolish things, right? And that's why I keep on seeing like you have to say to someone like, look, if I'm being brave, you have to be brave too, right? It shouldn't. It's like they need to kind of like I feel like they need to kind of like work through something there because I keep on hearing like there's like something about a complex there, particularly when it comes to you. You remind them of someone, like there's something triggering there. Like there, and I keep on hearing you should not be the space where another person works out their problems with somebody from their past. Like that's something I keep on hearing. We don't project our problems onto other people. Um, this new relationship, like this other energy that I'm seeing, um, what's going on there? Like I feel like speaking of the past, I feel like this other energy, they need to let go of the past. You cannot center the past if you're trying to build in the space of another person. And you have to say to them, which direction are you headed? Are you trying to fix something or are you trying to move forward? Because I keep on hearing you're not a consolation prize. You're not the space by which it's like I keep on hearing like the ability to like talk about like what one is working to heal. And I will say there's something important here because I feel like there's something about this connection where I feel like there is some kind of past experience between you and them. And I need to point out like everything is fixable, but only in the space that we understand mutually where the work is. So, make sure someone is being clear like what it is that they want to create with you, right? Like make sure it's none of this like passing like none of this like passing the time kind of energy. None of this like eh, I feel like I see somebody. I don't know why. I feel like I've got this energy here in some kind of grieving process right now, is what I keep on identifying. Like there's something here about them carrying some kind of sadness. But like that's what I mean about like the space by which you're able to articulate and amplify like what one is like. I keep on hearing, make sure that they're giving you a healthy sense of direction, which is to say, like, where is something going? What is their aspiration in partnership? Like, I keep on hearing, like, like, never are we in more danger than when we say, let's just see where something goes. We always have an intention in terms of what it is that we want. So make sure that you're being clear on that because I want to make sure that you're not in space of like I don't know why I hear like it's like like you're not the place where another person should figure out what it is that they want. They should come towards you knowing what that is. And I feel like there is a little bit of this like I feel like there's a little bit of this like Goldilocks energy that I see you navigating right now. And I feel like on one hand, I feel like this first energy that you talked about, like that's what I mean about the space of feeling like another person should appreciate who we are. Like it's the point of appreciation by which we understand and we're able to articulate what we mean to one another, right? And for the energy that I'm seeing here that's around you in the second space, this is the observation of understanding that a healthy relationship is one that you have full clarity as it relates to the direction that one is headed or what that long-term plan is. So make sure that you're having those conversations. Um, and eventually like I keep on hearing like and I feel like you even confirmed it like you confirmed it in your comment about the feeling like it almost feels like someone who's just passing time with you, and that's often what it feels like when we don't have clarification as it relates to what another person desires. So make sure that I keep on hearing, make sure someone is being intentional with the time that they're sharing with you as it relates to the mutual manifestation goal. Bottom of the deck on this reading, yeah, especially with the 7 of Pentacles, your time is precious. Your time is precious, right? And again, when you hold your time preciously, then there's no passing time, is what I keep on hearing. There's no time for passing time. There's no time for passing time, because it's the space of being able to articulate and define what one is desiring. So I keep on hearing, like, make sure that you're clearing your throat chakra. It's not needy if it's a fixed point of need. It's not asking for too much to understand the direction that something is going in. Make sure that you're having those conversations sooner rather than later. And if you have that conversation with someone, if they're saying, like, if you try to say, where's this going? And they say, well, Nelly, like, let that be your confirmation of someone that doesn't have a strong manifestation goal, right? Healthy relationship that's moving towards determined path work will always be able to talk about what their ideal is. So make sure, like, I keep wondering, it shouldn't be the last conversation. It should be the first one that you're having in relationality to both of these energies. Because the thing I keep on seeing is, like, I feel like both of these energies around you, it's like they want some of your attention. But you have to say, like, I keep on seeing, like, it's not about attention, it's about intention. So make sure that make sure you're getting their intention if they're asking for your attention. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Kara. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. You will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th person read for. 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers, links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Next person we are reading for today is, I'm going to take a minute to read over some of the comments that came through before I continue. Hannah, you did miss the collective, dear, but it'll be up. It's up on the place where we keep the videos and the place where we keep the photos, if you'd like. And it'll also be up as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my Substack. All right. Yes, 1 each. And Antares, thank you for the follow. And thank you for the gifts. Oh, that's them. They have a mild tremor. Okay, so thank you when I said their hands are shaking. Thank you for confirming what I was seeing. And Jay Plant, welcome. Yes. Yes, I did as well. 2nd day in a row. Oh, it's okay, Bex. JP, thank you for the follow. Yes, true. Thank you for confirmation, Curly. At least, yes, that's why I record them. Yes, I'm passing his time. Well, that's what I mean. Like, talk to them. Be like, look, I don't, like, I need to, like, I keep on hearing, like, direction, or like, I keep on hearing, like having the conversation saying, what is the direction? You know, you're so welcome, dear. All right, the next person on the list for today is Bryn. Bryn, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And I'm going to, and while we wait for Bryn's question, we're going to do another intuition check. Also, friends, we are at 28.2K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective in the form of a random drawing. So make sure you're tapping that screen, and we will get to 50K in no time. Also, when you tap the screen, it encourages this, it pushes this live out to those who have not received it before. So thank you so much for helping to share these messages. All right, I'm still waiting. I got you, Bryn. And we've got an animal spirit guide card here. We're going to count back from 10. Go ahead and put your impressions in the comments. And when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the swan again. We're on swan watch. I think that's twice in a row now. We'll do that again after the next reading. All right. And where were we? We got Bryn now. Got you, Bryn. And I'm going to pin Bryn here, guys. Let's make sure that we're supporting each other. Guys, make sure to give Bryn a follow. All right, Bryn, general, highest priority for my guides, please. I got you, dear. All right. And if anybody else wants to get on the list right now, the list is open. You will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th person read for. Great time to get on the list. The list is nice and short. You can find the full list of things that we read for over on my tree that is linked in my bio. We do highest priority messages from spirit here, life path, past life, angelic guidance, pet readings, animal spirit guide readings, mediumship, love, and dream interpretation. You can find the full list over on my tree that is linked in my bio. And if you're joining us across the other platforms, you can also get on the list today via my tree that is links in it. One more for Bryn, please. All right, what do we got here? So I keep on saying, like, Bryn, make sure that you're channeling frustration into things that feel like they empower the self, is what I keep on seeing. I've got a lot of, like, I know how easy it is to be frustrated at the direction that the thing, like the way I keep on hearing, like the way things are moving right now. But that's why I keep on hearing, like, if you're feeling frustrated, you're needed now more than ever, right? Like when you're feeling, I keep on hearing, when you're feeling frustrated, answer the call is what I'm getting, right? Which is to say, like, don't let the frustration overwhelm you, but allow the frustration to move you in the direction of something that feels like it is like going to serve the self in a better way, right? Like that is how I keep on hearing, like, remember, like I keep on hearing, our frustration is our wake up call. You know, our frustration is our energetic alarm bell. Because when we're able, I keep on hearing, when we're able to articulate upon how we energetically feel upon things, it allows the condition by which we are able to amplify and articulate what it is that we're trying to do better. And I keep on seeing, like, there's a lot, I keep on saying there's a lot of that energy around you right now, right? I feel like there's a lot of that feeling. And um, I want you, like, you know, and I kind of want you to continue to work on that to a certain extent, because I want you to, I keep on hearing, I want you to center yourself in the frustration, which is to say, allow the context by which you feel it, that you observe it, but then you're able to find steadiness within it, which is the ability, I keep on saying, like, the ability to, I keep on saying, like, the ability to work through something, the ability to articulate and identify. And I want to say, like, sometimes, listen, sometimes the most important thing that we learn upon our path work is the ability to put, like, one foot in front of the other. And I know, like, I know how difficult that sounds. But if that, I keep wondering, if that's what your prioritization point needs to be right now, then if you need to put one foot in front of the other, I want you to focus on the fact that your feet are blessed, right? I want you to kind of look at it in that way, which is, again, when we say that our feet are blessed, we're doing what we need to do in the way that we're doing the best that we can, right? So allow that to be the space where you're not feeling overwhelmed, but that you're working towards something in the effort of making something energetically better. Because everything I keep on seeing right now is, and remember, if you're in a space that feels like it's heavy, like, and when we say, like, answer the energetic call, be the flashlight, right? Like, work towards what you feel will make something right again. Work towards the space of something that can be healed. And I feel like it's hard because I see the fact that you're, like, extra, like, you've got, like, a lot of empathy. Like, I'm seeing here, like, you've got, like, you know, and it's very hard for those with empaths, like those who are empaths, because I feel like I see you kind of operating that space where you feel not only Like you feel not only the burden or the energetic heaviness of how yourself, like how you yourself feel. Like I see you, like I keep on hearing like you're carrying the additional burden of not only feeling that weight for yourself, but also noticing the sensitivity of those around you. But that's why I keep on seeing like one of the things that you have to do too is start to like work through that space of identifying and saying, is this mine or is this someone else's? Right? Like, don't let yourself feel energetically overwhelmed by it. Allow it to help you fix and focus and center upon your own energetic purpose. Because I keep on seeing that something about that path work here, like the ability to be energetically intentional, the ability to um, work through something. Um, I keep on hearing, I want you to focus that frustration into a place that feels like it's energetically appreciated. Like, don't let yourself, if someone's trying to trigger you, like, don't let them. Like, don't respond to it, is what I keep on seeing. Because I keep on hearing the difference between a healthy conversation and a telling is the space by which another person is receptive to receive something. So I'm also seeing right now, like, make sure before you get into the space of arguing with someone, I want you to ask yourself, is this going to be a conversation or is this going to be a telling? Is this going to be a space where another person is welcoming in another perspective, or is it something that feels like it's like I keep on hearing like that articulation or that amplification where another person just wants to tell you things but doesn't necessarily want to listen. I want to give you some bottom, and that's why I keep on hearing, like, I feel like that's the space of saying you're allowed to protect your energy. And that means you don't have to, I keep on hearing, that doesn't mean you need to invest in every conversation. And the way you can say to someone, if they're trying to talk to you in that way, you can say, well, I'm receptive for a conversation, but I'm not receptive for a telling, which is to say, if you are in a space by which you're willing to have your point of view shifted, then I'm receptive to having that conversation. But if this is a modality where you just want to talk towards me, like, I wish you, like, I wish you the best. Like, I'm like, thank you, and continuing to move forward. Bottom of the deck. Oh, on this, hold on, you've got another card here. Yeah, so I was called to draw this card too, right? Like, I keep on hearing, like, you don't need to make your, like, I keep on hearing, you can, like, you don't need, like, I keep on hearing, you can turn the other cheek and still walk away, right? Like the space by which another person has I feel like there's somebody who wants to talk to you, but like not in a productive fashion, right? Like I keep on hearing like the difference between another person that wants to come into the context. Remember, like sometimes energy that isn't in a healthy space, they just want some of our bandwidth, but they're not able to articulate the reasons why. So, like I said, like make sure that you're holding those energetic standards. And I keep on hearing it's not polite to insist. And when we say it's not polite to insist, what we effectively mean is like that context by which we articulate upon something, we hold each other's standards preciously. And that's why when we articulate something to another person and they persist almost like we didn't say anything, it's okay to walk away from that person because they're identifying or articulating something where they're showing that they're not holding our energetic standards. So make sure that the energy that you're working with is honoring your energetic standards, not making you question them for having them. Bottom of the deck on this reading, especially with the Sun card in its reversal, I feel like there's something. I feel like I keep on hearing Spirit's first directive, and I know this is difficult. Spirit's first directive is always to make sure that we are in a healthy space, because we are of best service to everyone around us when we are in a positive space. And it's not selfish to make choices to help move you into a space that you feel energetically ready for it. You can say to someone, I don't have the bandwidth for this right now. I'm out of spoons. I appreciate the fact I need to kind of find myself into a space where I am okay, right? Because that articulation point, like that ability of being able to work towards that, that is something that is a gift. And I keep on hearing it's not selfish. if it's something that is reciprocal, if it's something that you would easily give another person. It's not selfish to ask for it. So make sure that you're being clear about what your boundaries are, what you are and are not available for. And when another person, like, you'll learn everything you need, and the difference between someone that says, take all the time you need, versus the energy that says, how dare you, as it relates to how they honor you in terms of the space of how you are feeling. Thank you so much for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. I'm also getting the message, you don't need to have a conversation with someone who hurt you, even if they want to give you an apology. You have to understand, some apologies can be received at a distance, which is the apology that says thank you, right? But it doesn't mean that you go back to the way something was, right? I keep on hearing, you can receive an apology and also maintain proximity, which is especially if someone has energetically hurt you, which is to say, like, you don't need to have that space of someone saying, I apologize, now everything's okay. That's not how an apology works, is what I keep on hearing. Like, an apology, like, thank you, I appreciate it, it helps me heal. But still, like, this is the energetic proximity, right? So continue to do that work and honor yourself in that space. Thank you so much for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. You will be the fourth person read for. Great time to get on the list right now. 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers, links in my bio. Please keep in mind, there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. The next person, I'm going to take a minute to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Also, friends, we are at 30.4K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective, so make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. All right, where were we? And JP, thank you for the follow. And Tella T, thank you for subscribing, dear. All right. Curly. Oh, they're, I mean, and that's what it's so curly. I think you just brought, if they're not available, like, you have to think about again, if they're not available for the manifestation goal that you want, make sure that you're not, like, building into the potential of something changing there. Just accept the reality as it is and say, like, look, this is where we leave it. Right? Like, I keep on, like, don't let yourself, like I told you, like, don't let yourself, I feel like the combination of those 2 energies I'm seeing, clear manifestation goals. The energy, prioritize energy that prioritizes you and wants the same things as you. Sending you support on that journey, dear. The animal meaning of the swan is understanding the work it takes to be able to do something effortlessly, right? Because the swan, it's like, it looks very graceful, but it's like all of that work that's happening under the surface to make something look energetically effortless. And Pops, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew, as same Maria. And Allie, thank you for the follow. V, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew, but thank you for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live. You're so welcome, Bryn. I needed to be here for this today. I'm so glad that these messages helped. And guys, make sure that you give Bryn a follow. We want to make sure that we're supporting each other across the channels. T, thank you again for subscribing. Catherine, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Next person on the list for today is Julia. Julia, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. Also, friends, we are at 31.1K likes. When we get to 50K, I'll be giving a reading back to the collective, so make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. While we wait for Julia's question, let's do another intuition check. I've got our card here. We're going to count back from 10. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what your impressions are. And when we reach to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The bear, D, you got it. Well done, D. Excellent. We'll do that again after the next reading. Thank you guys so much. All right, let's get to it. You guys write bird. There's so many birds. There are so many birds in this. There are so many birds in this deck. Okay. You got to be more specific. I don't like this bird thing. All right, you got to be more specific. Okay. Where were we? All right, I am looking second call right now for Julia. Second call right now for Julia. All right, if Julia is not here, yes. So if Julia is not here, the next person we're reading for right now is Per. Per. Can you let me know if you'd like a general? I think I saw that we're doing a dream interpretation. Is that correct? Just let me know, dear. Got you. Dream on Discord. I don't know if 4 cards will cover the dream. Well, we'll try. We'll try. Okay. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. All right, one moment, please. Where are we going? And guys, just a reminder, if you have information that is relevant to our reading, so if you have a dream that you would like interpreted or past life you would like more information on, you can include that information in the notes when you send the donation. You can also post it in our subscriber-only Discord channel in the appropriate channels. All right, where are we? One moment. I got you, dear. Okay. Ooh, good one. Is this outside tea? Is this outside tea, dear? Oh. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, Julia, I'm looking for the Julia specifically that added themselves to the list. Thank you for your honesty, though. I appreciate you. And Kay, your subscriptions. Good to see you, dear. Hope you're having a beautiful day. All right, where were we? Outside, if appropriate. Ooh, okay. All right. Potentially spicy outside tea. Potentially spicy outside tea. All right, let's get to this dream interpretation. Dream interpretation. I found myself in a large and bright house with my recent ex-partner. We lived on the 2nd floor, and his mother lived on the 3rd. The house was filled with light and open curtains gently moving and letting the sunlight in, just like a beach house. Before going to sleep, I would go down to the 1st floor to check the lights. And each time I would come across some of his mother's belongings. Wanting to stay on good terms with her, I tidied up and turned off the lights. When I returned to the 2nd floor, I felt an enormous sensual, magnetic pull towards my ex-partner. It was all consuming. I wanted to convey this feeling subtly. We had separate beds, but I kept seeking his attention quietly so as not to wake his mother upstairs. I got into his bed at a safe distance, hoping for intimacy. And after a while, there was a moment, it was magical. The next day, I met up with a woman my age and a young man to continue an investigation, a quest, which had previously been dangerous. In my dream, there were 2 very dear people to me, and I trusted them completely. I asked the woman to examine hold on a minute. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Okay, so there's something here. So I gave the woman something from the night before to identify if it was actually the ex-partner that I had been intimate with, which is interesting. We'll get back to that. Our journey began to grow more intense. We approached an area where things had gone wrong during the previous quest. Before going any further, I stopped to tell them how much they meant to me as friends. Thankfully, the journey went smoothly and without danger, and we arrived at a wooden house. Inside was a boy around 14 years old. I sensed he was some kind of healer, and I felt very nervous around him. He said, "I see that you're nervous, and we're going to change that. I shifted from orange to red to the rainbow color yellow. I think the last part of changing colors is related to the chakra cleanse I participated in. The first three are completed, I guess. Particularly really want to know who the friends were. Okay, got it. 4 cards indeed. Can I get 4 cards, please? Okay. All right. So effectively, I'm going to give you the overview of what's happening in the space of the dream, because it's saying to me, it's a guide reading that shows you that you overcame a karmic lesson that's allowing for deeper exploration. Okay. Why are we seeing this here? Because again, we're going to get back to the space of you talking towards this house that you were existing within with your ex-partner. Okay. And I want to describe this. It's a very healing dream because it says to me, and this is just to show you the fact that, like, the way that we kind of work through the space of karmic relationships is not necessarily always coming back together, but understanding something in a fundamental way that allows us to heal from something. So you talked about the fact that you were in this bright house with your ex-partner, and you were on the 2nd floor and the mother lived on the 3rd. The house was filled with light and the curtains were moving just like a beach house. Going back to sleep, I would go down to the 1st floor to check the lights, but each time you did, you would come across some of the mother's belongings. Wanting to stay on good terms with her, you just tidied them up and turned off the lights. Why are we effectively talking about this here? Because we're talking about the space of identifying another person's energetic trauma. Okay? So the space by which you're talking about, the identification point in terms of honoring the house of the mother. What's beautiful about this dream is the space that, in a way, you're identifying that the house that you're residing in isn't your partner's house. It's the mother's house. Because remember what we identified or articulated about the fact that we've talked about the fact that, like, typically in a house, the higher the floor is, it can often talk about the prioritization of, like, the better view, right? So you're talking about the fact, and you even brought that up in the space that you said it felt like a beach house. So if you're in a beach house, what is the ideal room in a beach house? It would be the top floor, best view, right? So it's the identification point potentially that you're healing from a circumstance or situation, from a relationship with someone that idealizes their mother too much. That one of the things that may have become the conflict in the relationship itself is someone who is constantly comparing everyone in their life to the energy of their mother. Now, this is impossible. We should always be conscientious of this, because we cannot compare our partners to our mothers, because our mothers only exist to take care of us. they only exist to take care of us, right? It can often feel like that space of the energy caretaker. And so this is potentially you healing from a relationship where someone idealized their mother to such an extent that it becomes an interrupter in the relationship, because you can't be their mother. They're holding them, they're all the way up on that top floor. You know, I like to point out, you don't even see them in this, and you're just dealing with all of the issues because of it, which is the space that you understand it's not their fault. It's not their fault. You're cleaning up the mess on the bottom floor. You're cleaning up the mess in the basement. You're tidying up, right? And you're not blaming them, because you're understanding that it's that work isn't there. It's not their responsibility to fix that. It's the energy of the partner. So this is why you talked about the space of having that, like, really deep union in the center floor, because it's the articulation of coming to the understanding of what the issue was in the relationship, right? And that's why it felt like a consummation moment, because the consummation was arriving at the understanding of what was wrong that was not within the self, right? You can't fix You can't become someone's energetic mother, but if they're holding their mother too highly and they're comparing everyone to them, it creates the energetic impossibility point. So that's why we see that there's that space of consummation. And it's that recognition, right? What you're taking from that lesson, which we'll get to. Remember, you said you're taking something with you, right? As you go to get a better understanding of it, that we continue through in the space of this dream. So this is you talking about the fact that you move through that experience. Now, thus begins the journey that you currently find yourself upon, which is again the space that you articulated and defined, that you said you met up with a woman your age and a young man to continue your own energetic journey, right? The energetic journey towards divine union, which had previously been dangerous. Now, this is the important part that we're identifying. You're saying in the space of the dream, there were two people very dear to you, and you trusted them completely. You asked the woman to examine the remnants from the night before to be able to identify if that had really been your ex partner. Now, what we're effectively identifying here is the woman that you're effectively meeting. Like, this is, I keep on seeing, this is the energy of the healed counterpart, right? This is the observation of the energetic lesson. So the reason that you're feeling the sense of trust with them is because the woman is representative of your higher self, right? And the energy of the masculine that you're with is the aspiration of the divine counterpart. So that is the higher self of the divine masculine that you're working towards. Bearing in mind, this is not based on gender, but what one feels most aligned to. So that space of giving them something from the night before and saying, can you validate this? This is you almost saying to the higher self, am I taking the right lesson from this? Is this actually, am I avoiding the work, right? Am I avoiding the work? Is this actually something that I need? Because this is you saying, like, there's nothing I could do, right? So that space of you giving the evidence to the higher self and saying, can you investigate this? This is you looking for the energetic blind spot in the self by saying, is there something that I missed? Is there something that I could not see? Am I avoiding the work of the self in my assessment? But again, I need to point this out. The fact that you understand that if that were the case, the higher self would be the first to tell you, right? Like, it's the energy that says, as long as you're moving in accordance with the higher self, you would know and recognize if that was the case, because you know that you're looking for it. You would prefer, is what I keep on saying, you would prefer a situation where the takeaway was something that you could define and do better, right? And so that's even the space that it's understanding the paradox. The higher self was showing you in that moment, of course you're right. You're right, because you're not avoiding the work, because you're even asking yourself to double check it, right? Now you talk about the fact that the journey is becoming more intense. So this is where you find yourself, right? You approached an area where things had gone wrong during the previous quest. So you're going through the same exact path work you would do to find counterpart right now. You feel like you're in that space where you're meeting new people, right? You're going through the journey of potentially, like, allowing yourself to date again, or allowing yourself to meet new energy that could potentially build into union with. You said going forward, right before you continued, you stopped and you needed to tell them how much they meant to you as friends, which is the observation of coming into connection with your higher self that says that even in the space that you don't find something, you've already arrived. It was worth it, right? Because the observation of finding them, right? And this is what we talk about the healthy journey to counterpart, doesn't make us feel like we are lost. It makes us feel like we are found, right? In the space that it's the friends we make along the way, but it's the friends of the self that you've identified and recognized, right? That ability of coming home to the self, understanding what that feels like. That is the energy that says, regardless of what happens at this moment, I'm glad to have found myself here. Now, this brings us to, again, thankfully, the journey went smoothly and without danger, and you arrived at a wooden house. Inside was a boy around 14, you said, years old, and you sensed there was some kind of healer. You felt nervous around them, and they said, I see that you're nervous. We're going to change that. This is the observation of the energy of the divine counterpart that you're potentially moving towards, right? Because this is how you're going to energetically find them. It's going to feel it's going to feel energetically simple. That's why the house was a wooden house, right? There's no, I keep on hearing, there's no extravagant, right? It's working towards the relationship that doesn't feel like it's energetically extravagant. It's someone that you're finding at a point of vulnerability. They're doing the work to heal their inner child, which is why you find them in the guise of being 14, right? But you said it's like a wise 14-year-old, because when we do the work to heal our inner child, it feels like we bring wisdom to that inner child. So it's someone you feel energetically safe with, but a little nervous because of the experiences that you had before with others' unhealed children. And that's why they said, and this is the most beautiful thing of the dream, they said, I see that you're nervous, and we're going to change that, which is the ability of you being able to learn how to trust again, which is a space of them saying, I understand and recognize why what you've gone through that makes you energetically afraid to potentially build into connection. But again, a healthy energy is not one that demands trust. It's recognition of the trust that needs to be earned. And that's why they said, we are going to change that, right? They didn't say you have to start. They didn't say you have to start trusting. They didn't say I have to start. They utilized the word we, which says this is something that we are going to do together. We are going to mutually work towards that. Bottom of the deck on this reading. Yeah, especially with the 8 of Swords in its upright. I feel like the guides brought you this dream to help you navigate through your fears as it relates to building into new connection. It's scary. Like you said, it feels like we're going on a quest. It feels like you literally defined it. I like the fact that you kept on putting the word quest there, right? But I need to point out the beauty of a quest is that you're never lost on a quest. And the fact that you're using the word quest is the identification point that a quest, the difference between a quest and feeling lost is knowing what you're looking for. And so they're saying that even in that space that you said that you're appreciative of those friends, it's the observation of moving towards something, but you're knowing, like the past experience has informed you, and you know what it is that you're looking for. And I feel like a lot of this dream is helping you understand and recognize the feeling of that, so that when you find it in the tangible, you'll recognize it. You'll energetically or emotionally recognize it, as it were. Thank you so much for having that reading with me. I also want to bring up, I know that you described the energy of the colors, but I feel like a lot of that space that you articulated, I feel like you kind of said the space of identifying the fact that you said that you've been going through some chakra healing. And so that the changing of the colors is effectively you kind of going into the space of like energetically cleansing yourself, or recognizing or identifying where the work is. Because I think that you said, I just want to go back to it. Hold on a moment. Yeah, you shifted from orange to red to yellow, which is the ability of letting go of anger, right? Because I keep on saying that the more that you're working in terms of this path, I keep on hearing like the more that you continue to release the pain of the past is allowing that sense of excitement as it relates to what waits ahead of you. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Per. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. You will be and let me go ahead and pin you here, Per. I believe I already did, but let me just do so again in case I forgot. Let's make sure to give Per a follow. We want to make sure that we're supporting each other across our platforms. And thank you, Rebecca, for getting on the list. You'll be read for after Dragons. And if anyone else wants to get on the list for today, we've got 4 cards left, 4 spots left for today before the list will be closed. 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers, Binks and my Lio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. SSV, hi there. If you'd like to ask a question, I'm happy to answer questions, but if you'd like a reading, all you have to do is send a donation if you would like to have a reading done. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Deep. And just a reminder to those who are joining us across the other platforms, if you would like to get on the list for today, you can do so via my tree that is being sent in my bio. And we've got 4 spots left for today, 4 spots left. Okay. One moment, please. 4 cards indeed. Yeah, you saw it. I like that, Kay. Good to see you. I was like, I like the fact that first like 4 cards. I'm like, look, we can do it. We can do it. Okay. Hold on a minute. And Snoo, thank you for subscribing, dear. Thank you as well. A quest, you say? Yes. Bex, this is in all your dreams. Weren't you the one who had another dream about this person before? But I need to point out these are not karmic dreams. These are guide dreams. These are guide dreams. Like this is showing you the perspective of a guide, like how a guide sees something. So that's important to point out. Yes, I might be mistaken, but I thought I recalled that a few weeks ago. But no, and we've been seeing that. This is why I like to do like repeating, like this is why I like to do a dream interpretation series with my clients, because we start to identify the shape of the dream space that you're receiving things in. So like yeah, there's definitely been themes that we're seeing in some of the dreams. I mean, I see that with anyone I work with in the dream space in that capacity. Yes. We are having spicy dreams, spicier school. And listen, no, it's Pluto retrograde. That's why. It's like it's working through, like it's healing intimacy. Sometimes both. Exactly. Totally. Mother passed away before I got to meet her 8 years ago. Thank you for confirming. Yes, that must be such a strange feeling. But he never compared me. But that's what I mean, like, that's what I mean, like, in terms of, like, I think there's something important there about the fact that I told you that they're on the 3rd floor, you can't reach them, but you're cleaning up after them, right? So it's like you can't hold a candle to them is what I'm getting in that space. If I haven't I was waiting for you, Julia. Yes, you're next, dear. Yeah, I was calling for you before, but you weren't here. So yes, interesting. The companions of the quest. My counterpart was young, though. No, but I need to point this. But yeah, I have to point this out. It's not the. I need to stress this. It's not the fact that the counterpart is going to be young. That is the spiritual. Like that is the spiritual aspect by which you will find them, which is the inner child healing. Which it's like I keep on hearing they're healing their inner child, and that's why you're seeing them in that state of being energetically young. If that makes sense. Yep, getting back out there. Exactly. I love this. Somehow I needed to hear this too. Thank you for also being here and receiving these messages, Kay. Not the quest. I have quest trauma. I have quest trauma. I love that. I love that. I have quest trauma. Excellent. Yes, that's so cute. But again, I keep on seeing like that energy, like the way that energy feels, like that's how they're going to feel. I got you on the list, Rebecca. Yep. You're so welcome, Per. I've been journaling all my dreams all week and then trying to interpret them, and it's pretty cool, isn't it? It's great. It's wonderful. I highly recommend the work. Sorry to ask. Hold on a minute. What are you apologizing for? Yeah, don't. Why? Why? Oh, yeah. You can absolutely. Yes. Okay. Well, definitely. You can definitely get your mod 1 card. Just let me know. And genuine, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. Yeah, no problem, Julia. You can absolutely come back. We always honor the space. And if it's not today, just tell me the date and I'll add you off the hold list. Yep, you have to leave. Yep, exactly. Thank you. No problem, Julia. Okay. And Montana, thank you for sharing the live. You don't feel, but no, don't feel bad asking. I know it's late where you are, dear. Can you let me know what your question is? All right. You're welcome. Okay. Can I get 1 card? And listen, I wanna talk like again. So we're going to get the energetic guidance around something. So highest priority message from the guides. It's not, I want to give you the shape of it. One card, animal, thank you. So you have, yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing you have to understand is the guides are saying yes. And I know that you're seeing the Tower card here, and it looks detrimental. But I want you to understand, you put their well-being first. You put their well-being ahead of your energetic connection to them. You put their well-being ahead of your own connection to them, to the space that you said, rather they are safe than I stay energetically connected to them, which is, again, like, the guides see that as the greatest gift, even though it's the most painful. Because I keep on hearing that even in the space that it may have damaged the connection that you have with another, it's energetically angelic because you are doing so in such a way that you are prioritizing not the way you feel about them, but what you knew that they energetically needed at that moment. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, especially with the Six of Pentacles in its reversal. Like, that's why I keep on seeing that it feels so fundamental, because it's the observation of the recognition point that nothing can be the same after that, right? Like, it's saying to me, it's like the energetic power, like the guides are saying, it's like the energetic power by which you say, like, whatever comes, so long as you're safe, I will be okay. Like, it says to me, it's like you being able to kind of come into that maturation point, because they're saying that there's no grander love than that. You know, there's no grander love than that, than to say, like, regardless of how it affects our relationship, I want to make sure I'm prioritizing what I know is energetically best for you. So I keep on seeing that, like, you know, that the space by which, like, you ask that, like, will it make it right between you both? No. Was it the energetic right thing to do? Your force of intention was such that you were prioritizing their safety. Then, like, that is the space that says always. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Kay. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. Exactly, Bridget. You got it. Like, and again, thank you for confirming that you are also feeling that Tower energy all day. Towers can be breakthroughs. Yep. Thank you so much for being here and receiving these messages. And if this message connected to you, you're welcome, Kay. Sending you so much support on that journey. Next person we're reading for today is just taking a moment. So the next person we're reading today, Julia. I'm going to do a call for Julia. Julia, can you let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer? And if anyone else would like to get on the list for today, we've got 4 spots left before the list will be closed. 4 spots left before the list is closed. Okay, she had to step away. Yep, I know. She said she'll come back. Okay, no problem. Okay, perfect. Yep, I saw that. All right, next person we're reading for today is, next person on the list for today is Rebecca. Rebecca, if you're here, can you respond? Can you respond and let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer? Okay. All right. One moment, please. Oh, what a beautiful question. And guys, please thank Kay Megan for all of their help as moderator. I'm going to pin, hold on a minute. I'm going to pin Kay here. Make sure that you're giving her a follow. Okay. I know. I am sending you so much support on that journey, Kay. Yep. Oh, actually, a pause. I apologize. Correction, Rebecca, it's not your turn yet. Dragons is next. That was my mistake. So we've got, apologies. So Beck, if you can just hold your question. And then we're gonna do dragons, and then we'll have yours. Okay. Sorry for the confusion. All right. Yes. And we're going to do another animal spirit guide. We're going to do another intuition check between the readings. Next, I'm going to draw a card here. We're going to count back from 10. Go ahead and put your impressions in the comments. And when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the bull. Thank you guys so much for participating. We'll do that after the next reading. All right, and we are at 34.4K likes. When we get to 50K, I'll be gifting a reading back to the collective, so make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. Next person we are reading for today is... I love how dog-centric you all are. Rodent. What is rodent? What kind of rodent? These are the vagueness, my friends, the vagueness. Okay. I got you, dragons. Okay. All right, I'm going to pin dragons here. One moment. All right, make sure that you guys give dragons a follow. We always want to make sure that we are supporting each other across the platforms. And thank you for, okay, I got 3 cards for dragons, please. 3 cards for dragons. Highest party message from Spirit. I mean, this is actually, these are some beautiful cards. These are some absolutely beautiful cards. And I feel like, I think what I'm seeing for you in relationality to love, like, it feels like, I keep on seeing, like, it feels bittersweet in some way, because, like, I see you, like, doing a lot of work right now. Like, I feel like I see you doing a lot of work on the self right now, is what I'm identifying. Like, I see you really, like focusing and prioritizing. And I keep on hearing, like you're centering the self in the best way possible, which is to say that I see you kind of like, I keep on hearing taking a more active role in things is what I keep on seeing, you know, like, but that's what I keep on seeing in relationality to love. It's like, I see you like taking a more active like role in your own energetic experience. You know, I see you like stepping up on something in a big way. Like, I see you kind of I see you focusing and channeling like towards your creativity. And that's what I keep on hearing, like the next, like the work that you're doing in that space. I feel like it's having some kind of like fundamental impact in relationality to like the space of your own energetic relationships. Because all I keep on seeing here is like some kind of situation or circumstance by which you're being able to, like, I feel like there's something about the mutual appreciation that that's coming towards you in partnership that feels like a celebration. And that's why I keep on hearing like the celebrate, like it feels like a celebration, because it feels like there's something about that. And it's interesting too, because every time I'm reading for you in the space of love, I keep on hearing the partnership is romantic and creative. You know what I mean? Like, I keep on hearing like the partnership is romantic and creative, because it's saying to me it's someone that like shares your energetic creativity. It's someone who appreciates you in that space. So, you know, the one thing I want to say about like everything that I'm reading here is make sure you're doing the work right now in partnership to like fully communicate upon your needs. Like make sure that you are like make sure that I keep on hearing like make sure that you're speaking on your dreams right now because um there's something about that that like I just keep on seeing like, you know, it's so interesting too because like I keep on hearing like there's like a circle around something. But like the reason I keep on hearing there's like a circle around something is because I see you pushing out of your comfort zone. I see you moving in the direction of doing something like in a way that you haven't done before. I keep on hearing like make sure that you're challenging yourself right now because there's something about you challenging yourself. There's something about you, I keep hearing there's something about you challenging yourself and doing something in a way that you haven't done before that says to me that like I said, like you're finding like you're finding your point of confidence and that there's something about that confidence and creativity that is going to allow a breakthrough, particularly in the space of romantic of romantic relationships. And it's interesting too because it's like it almost says to me that the healing that's happening for you in love is the context by which you're decentering it, right? Like I almost see like I see you like decentering it, and in the space that you decenter it, like it's in that moment that something gets healed because it's like I feel like you're putting like you're I keep wondering you're like you're putting less pressure on it, if that makes sense. Bottom of the deck on this reading, yeah, there's that moon card is what I keep on seeing. You know, like the moon card, like I feel like are you like healing from someone like an unhealthy I keep on hearing unhealthy like an unhealthy obsession is what I keep on getting. You know? Like I'm getting some kind of energy. Like I feel like there's something about that. Like I don't know why I keep on hearing the word like unhealthy obsession because I keep on hearing remembering an unhealthy obsession is someone like it's the work by which another person like wants your attention but without fulfilling a manifestation goal, right? Like it's the space by which like I keep on hearing it's like the unhealthy obsession is the space by which another person is articulating that they're captivated by you, but they're not giving much clarity as to what it is that they want to build with you. So that's why I keep on seeing that like there's something important that's happening there in the space of you being, and like, that's what I meant in terms of like you healing from something in the past where it's like somebody who's like I feel like it's like somebody grabbing you and like refusing to let go, but not having a darn nice thing to say to you in the context of doing so. Like I keep on hearing like someone can be obsessed with you, but not necessarily like in a positive way, because that's what I mean about the unhealthy obsession, which is somebody who like holds on to us and they kind of like come in the context of blaming us for everything that they feel rather than doing the work internally to understand why they feel the things that they do. So that's what I meant about something coming through in the space of being healthy, because it says to me, it's not, I keep on hearing, it's like, it's not the fact that there won't be, like, I keep on hearing obsessed in the best way possible, which is the space where another person feels energetically inspired by you, right? It's like that feeling, like, it's not the energy that says, what are you doing to me? It's the energy that says, what are you doing? Like, it's like, I keep on hearing, like the energy, not the energy goes, what are you doing to me? You know, the energy that goes, like, what are you doing to me? Like, you know what I mean? Like the energy that like inhabits that space and feels it like as an energetic uplift because they're in tune with their feelings rather than someone who's like blaming you for making them feel something at all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dragons, for having this reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. We've got 4 spots left for today before the list will be closed. 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Also, friends, we are at 35.1K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. All right. And just bear with me a moment. Broad, Bex. Hold on a minute. Where are you? Broad and potentially accurate. I like that. Okay, 1 minute. Yes, great. I know. Did you see them? They were great cards, weren't they? Yeah, it was incredible. Yeah. All right, where are we? I was like, okay, yes. Hi there, Jeremiah, Dragons. I've gotten a lot of messages about my divine counterpart growing a legacy with me. That's what I mean. And thank you. Like, let this serve as confirmation to what you've been receiving. Yeah, I'm working on moving away from my 9-to-5 to growing a spiritual practice. That's beautiful. Sending you so much support, dear. My previous relationships have always been like that. Yeah, sending you support, dear. Focusing right now on me to bring in more reciprocity in future relationship. You're so welcome, dear. And thank you so much for confirming what I was seeing in the reading and sending you so much. So it's like I feel like the guides are saying, like, keep up the good work. It looks good on you, you know? And Mandy, thank you for becoming a subscriber. Grand Rising Miranda, good to see you today. We are slow tappers today. It's okay. It's all right, guys. I appreciate the tapping. All right, the next person we are reading for today, next person that we're reading for today is, I've got here, I am looking for, now we've got Miss Bex. Bex, could you let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer? I got you, dear. Okay, I see it there. And also, if you want to get on the list right now, it's a great time to get on the list. You will be the next person read for. 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of $20 or more for my subscribers, links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. All right, where were we? All right, I've got you, Bex. And as I said, guys, I'm going to pin Bex here. Let's make sure to give Bex a follow. Okay. All right, what's next in spiritual journey, and do the guides want you to seek a mentor? All right, can I please get 3 cards? I'm going to draw, so the way I'm going to do this right now, Bex, is I'm going to draw 2 for, I'm going to draw 2 about spiritual journey and then 1 in relationality to mentor, okay? All right. I think that there's something, I mean, it feels to me like, I mean, I feel like I keep on seeing a situation or circumstance that is amplified in relationality to some kind of like deep point of progress, which is, it's saying to me that there's something that you're doing right now as it relates to like facilitating upon a point of work that, like, I keep on, like, you know, it's interesting too, because I feel like you had to get away from something, you know? Like, that's the thing that I think is interesting about the spiritual journey that I'm picking up upon here. You know, distance, like distance helps. And that's the thing about it. Like, I feel like I keep on hearing like there's something about you healing, some kind of feeling of not fitting in, which is like not internalizing like the fact that you feel like that. But I keep on seeing like allowing that to like it's interesting too, because I keep on hearing like healthy shield energy, which is a space that I keep on seeing that's like you're just like you're observing how you feel instead of reacting to it. Because I keep on hearing it's like the difference between like saying I don't fit in versus spidey senses tingling is like is the difference between like why like the fact of how one feels versus why one feels the way one does. And I keep on seeing that there's something about that that feels like you're moving in the right direction because I keep wondering, you're learning how to trust your energetic instinct is what I'm getting. Like I just see a situation where you're just starting to learn how to trust yourself in a way. And I feel like it's like, I feel like that is I think that it's um I feel like you're like I feel like I see a lot of that energy focused upon um like I keep on hearing like identifying or working through like a point of practice. But like they're saying to me like that point of practice is like getting like understanding and working on something. And I keep on hearing like not allowing yourself to get into some kind of space of comparison. Like I keep on hearing like comparison is the thief of joy, right? Like when we spend our time comparing, we never find joy anywhere, right? Because like it's like that point of comparison is such that it doesn't allow us. I keep on hearing when we're comparing, it doesn't allow us to concentrate on flourishing. Is all I keep on hearing. When we're comparing, it doesn't allow us to concentrate on what we could be doing to flourish. So everything I feel like, I think this is you having to like move away from something to reintroduce yourself to it. Is what I keep on hearing too. Like it feels like I see you. Like, did you go on a trip? Did you go on a trip where were you on a journey? Like I feel like I see something like I feel like this is you. Like I keep on seeing like you getting some distance from something to get a better perspective on it. And I feel like that is the gift in terms of where you find yourself right now. In relationality to a mentor, um, the one thing I'm seeing in relationality to that, and I feel like that's where you have to be conscientious about, is I feel like if you're going to find an energetic mentor, it's really important that you don't find someone that says, do it this way, is what I keep on seeing. Like the energetic mentor does not say do like especially I keep on hearing like given that's why I wait. Did you notice that I waited to draw that card? Because I was waiting for the moment that potentially like something I said gonna fly in the face of what was like the opinion in terms of like the energy there. Is I keep on seeing. And that's why the like the guide work is such that they say it's a careful idea is what they're saying. They're saying be careful about it because I keep on seeing the thing that you want to be energetically wary of is if you're working through some kind of experience where you're trying to heal from a point of comparison, where you're trying to work from healing, compare like if you're trying to heal like a comparative wound, the last thing you want to do is introduce someone that you may then start to compare yourself to. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like that's what they're actually saying. They're saying like that's what they're identifying. And that's not to say, right? That's not to say that there isn't someone that you can like work towards, but make sure that they don't make it about them. Make sure that they make it about you. Like you need something. I see like I see somebody like who needs to like spin you around and point you back to yourself is what I keep on seeing. So make sure if you're doing that work that like you find someone that does. I keep on hearing they don't talk up about themselves, but like turn you back in the direction of yourself is what I keep on seeing. Like you need the mentor that says, "Look at yourself, not look at me." Like look at you is what I keep on seeing. Is what I keep on so just and so they're saying they're saying it's not a bad idea, but they're saying it's a careful idea. They're saying be very careful with it, which is to say, make sure that you're not make sure that you're not deepening an energetic wound that you're healing from, especially if you're doing the work of comparison in terms of like working to the space of like I keep on seeing like being like, oh, you know what I mean? Like make sure, like I keep on seeing like, and well, like make sure it's someone who can keep on bring. I keep on saying you need someone that's gonna keep on bringing you back to yourself. Right? So make sure you. I keep on make sure you find someone that keeps on bringing the conversation back to you. Is what I keep on seeing. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, especially with the Ace of Pentacles, right? Like especially with that Ace of Pentacles there, it's like you know, like and this is what I say, if you're working through some kind of wound that makes you feel like you'll never be good enough, right? That's what I mean about like making sure that you're working like I feel like there's something about that here. And I feel like, and I'm not to say that there isn't, like you have to articulate to the energetic mentor that you work with, like that space, like if that's something that you recognize, it's like it's having to, I'm trying to figure out the best way to like explain something here. But it's like I feel like you, it's like I want to say like finding someone like the mentor. I keep on hearing like it almost says to me, don't find someone that's doing what you want to do, is what I'm saying. Look for an energetic mentor that helps you think about like to bring a perspective to something that you do that you haven't thought of before, is what I keep on seeing. So it's actually saying to me, it's like make sure that the energetic mentor that you're working towards is someone that can bring a different perspective to something, not the kind of comparison point. Like I keep on saying, not like the energy that says I want to be like, not the space that says like I want to be where you are, but the energy that says like I haven't considered, I like that's an approach I haven't considered before, is what I keep on seeing, if that makes sense, right? Because of the thing that I keep on saying, like the one thing you want to avoid is having some kind of situation where you're finding yourself and then you get disoriented by feeling like by working towards the space of another's expectations. So there, I keep on hearing it's not that it's a bad idea. They're saying it's a careful idea, which says like approach it carefully, like approach it like with discernment in terms of what exactly it is that you're looking for. Thank you so much for having that reading with me, Bex. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list, it's a great time to get on the list. You'll be the next person read for. It is 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers, being my Lyle. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. And thank you, Lisa, for encouraging everyone to tap that screen. Hold on a minute, just reading over the comments that came through as I was reading. And Grand Rising, Miranda. Okay. I think I get it now. I did step away from the practice. Oh, here we go. Thank you. I did step away from a minute. I lost my spot. I did step away from the practice I was raised in and started doing my own. I moved far from home several years ago and took several small trips that connected with my activation. Thank you for confirming the trips I was saying. Yes, that's so true. Every potential mentor is very dogmatic, which is why I stepped away. And that's what I said. They said be careful about it. So thank you for confirming that. So true. I feel the counter transference with many of them I've spoken with. Yeah, and so that's what I keep on seeing, which is like I keep on hearing it's like make sure that you look for a mentorship that doesn't make you feel like you need to look up. It's a mentorship that makes you like I keep on hearing like the space of like looking at the self and identifying what like what you want to do in a better way. And thank you for encouraging everyone to tap the screen, D. I'm so glad I asked this. I love this advice. You're so welcome, dear, and thank you for asking that question. Lots of comparison because I'm mixed race, and so many other things are definitely kept me in thinking that I couldn't progress or stay in certain practices. You're so welcome, Bex. I hope that that helps in sending you so much support on that journey. All right, friends, we're going to continue right now. The list is open. If anyone else would like to get on the list, we've got 4 spots available before the list will be closed today. But we're also at 40.8K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective in the form of a random drawing. So make sure you're tapping that screen, and we'll get to 50K in no time. In the meantime, let's get to 1-card readings for subscribers. If you are a subscriber and would like a card pulled, go ahead and put your question in the comments. If you would like to become a subscriber, you can hit that subscribe button and you'll be added to the list for 1 card. And if you would like an animal spirit guide card with your reading today, please recharge your heart me's. They need to be recharged daily, and you will be able, and then we'll also have you there as well. You'll also have an animal spirit guide card. All right. One moment, please. I've got you, Erica. Highest priority, please. Highest priority, please, for Erica. I feel like there's something I see that you're doing right now as it relates to like recognize and identify what feels like it's the energetically productive conversation, which is to say like working through hard feelings in productive ways, bottom of the deck. Yeah, especially with the Queen of Pentacles in its upright. You know, it's like I keep on seeing like I keep on hearing the message for you, which is like identify what feels like the productive conversation, like versus an energetic telling is what I keep on seeing. Like when we're in a healthy space, we articulate. I feel like we communicate back and forth in ways that is like that help us identify and recognize what we can do better. Like it doesn't require us, like I keep on hearing the past should serve as a library, not as an armory. It's something that we allow ourselves to, like, we look towards for reference to equip us for the situations in the present, not something that we hold a lot of energetic grievance towards. One moment, please. Animal spirit guide, please, for Erica. Yeah, especially with the adder, right? Like I keep on seeing that there's something about that work that like I keep on hearing integrated conversations are such that we're able to amplify and articulate upon what it is that we could do better. Like I keep on seeing it's like I keep on hearing like the space by which we're able to identify that is what I keep on seeing. So like make sure that you're doing that work. And I feel like it's also like appreciate the fact that you are is what I keep on seeing, because I feel like there is something about standards that are coming into play there too. You know, like it's like I feel like again I keep on hearing like the thing with the adder is like the healthy conversation is one where like it's like the space by which I keep on seeing like the space by which we're able to articulate upon something and it's received in a positive way. Like I keep on seeing like I feel like there's something very energetically restorational there. Bridget, highest priority for Bridget, please. Ooh, we got it's interesting too, because this card actually stuck to the bottom of the table, which is like, I feel like I see you like sticking your, like holding your ground on something, you know? I feel like I see you, like, I feel like I keep on hearing, like, stubborn in the best way possible, because I keep on hearing it's not stubbornness if we're energetically, like, I keep on hearing it's not stubbornness if there's something that that's energetically important to us. And we can tell, I keep on hearing your guides are saying it's not stubborn if you can explain why. If you're worried that you're being stubborn about something, like, articulate through it. Tell someone why something is energetically important to you. Animal spirit guide, please. Yeah, especially with the crane energy, I feel like I'm seeing some kind of, like, circumstance or situation where I keep on seeing, like, it's like, I feel like it's like you're trying to help another person get your energetic perspective. And I keep on seeing that, like, the higher self always has an explanation in relationality to something that we're standing firm upon. All right. Thank you so much, Bridget. I got you, Nikki. And you know what? Thank you so much for reminding me that it's 2 cards. Okay. Can I get cards, please? Yeah, we've got here the pentacles with the pentacles with the 3 of wands in its reversal. Don't let the past ruin the present, is what I keep on hearing. I feel like there's something right now that feels really energetically triggering to you, right? Like, and I keep on seeing, like, sometimes in those moments that we're being held or being appreciated, it's like everything from the past rises back up to the surface. Like, I got some kind of deja vu energy around you. But remember that, like, often a lot of that deja vu energy is there to help us identify and recognize. I keep on hearing, like, what a difference it makes to experience something with someone that is energetically supportive towards you, right? It's like the observation of, like, what one can do better. And so I feel like it's okay to feel triggered through that, so long as you're articulating upon the trigger instead of reacting to it. Yeah, especially with the strength card in its reversal. It's healing is not easy. This is what we mean about the fact that healing isn't linear. Because even as, like, when we move towards our joy, like, it makes, I keep wondering, like, the past comes back up, because it serves, like, the joy that serves of a reminder of past harms. But that's why I keep on hearing, like, that's how we can find that moment of assurance. Animal spirit guide card, please. Yeah, especially with the hind, right? Like, I feel like it's the observation of the trust that we create that is, like, I keep on hearing the trust that we create that helps another person feel and recognize that they feel energetically safe. So I feel like I keep on hearing, like, understanding that you're working through those wounds of trust. And I feel like often when we're finally in that space that we feel trusted, it can help us remember how energetically vulnerable we were in moments that we were wondering, like when we were doubting, like when we were not seeing any evidence of trust, but another person was demanding it from us. Chrissy, bring 1 card regarding the connection, please. 1 card, please. Yeah, I've got the Knight of Swords here in its reversal, which is, like, make sure someone is having energetically productive conversations with you. So if you're conversing with someone, like, make sure that they're articulating upon, um, like, I keep on hearing everything is possible so long as there's mutual identification of where the work is. So make sure that you're not entering any of those, like, conversations that articulate or, like, that focus upon blame. Make sure that I keep on hearing, like, yeah, bottom of the deck. Yeah, I was expecting this. The past is a library. It's not an armory, right? It's like, make sure that you're not coming into connection with someone that just feels like they want to continue an argument with you, right? Like, the argument, like, I keep on hearing, like, the argument is productive only in the space by which there's an energetic solution, right? Animal spirit guide, please. Yeah, the owl. So, like, make sure that you're avoiding, like, tug of war energy, which is, like, maybe, like, someone articulating, like, not someone telling you, like, why they're not showing up for you, right? Like, often, like, you'll notice that, like, sometimes energy that, like, the space of another person not showing up should not be, I keep wondering, should not be conditional in terms of what they find. Like, the observation of being able to put that force of intention there, especially if you're trying to articulate upon something that you observe. Like you can learn a lot by seeing how another person receives your honesty, right? And energy that's in a healthy space will cherish that, right? While energy that is like more working through the egoic space, like will get defensive or will push back upon it. Hi there, Spirit Junkie. Good to see you today. And Dragons, thank you for subscribing, dear. And Bex, thank you for subscribing. You're so welcome, Erica. Highest priority for Dragon, please. Yeah, we've got the Queen of Pentacles card. Does not want to stay in the deck today. I feel like there's something important in relationality to recognizing. I keep on seeing like recognizing and identifying, like this feels like, again, this is like I see you like putting a lot of concentration on something right now. I see you like working on something. I see you like building some kind of routine in around something. Continue to do that work, because I keep on seeing like a little bit goes a long way. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, especially with Wheel of Fortune, right? A little bit every day goes a long way, which is to say, like, you know, don't feel like you have to do like a giant shift. Just like integrate a lot of that work in terms of like a daily experience. Animal spirit guide, please. Ooh, especially with the blank manifestation goal card there. Like this is saying to me, like I keep on hearing every day is a day to start anew. So don't get upset at yourself if you feel like there's moments that you're not doing something as well as you could. Like, you know, healing is just catching ourselves. Like catching ourselves sooner is what I see. Like it's like I'm doing it again. Like I'm doing it again is like the observation of being able to do something in a way that, like, even in the recognition of something that you're working to heal, you're able to, like, I keep on seeing, like, bring something different to it. Yep, you can get one card on love for Bex, please. I feel like there's a lot of the work I see, like if you do the work on the self, the love is going to find you. Is all I keep on hearing. Yeah, the journey is not outward right now, it's inward. Like the work on the self is where love finds you. So continue to do that work in terms of like identifying and recognizing what it is that you're trying to do in a different way. Because I just keep on seeing like there's something about that, like the ability to appreciate how far you've come. I feel like this is like you building into a relationship, someone that's simultaneously and similarly doing that work. Thank you so much, Bex. All right, Ava. One card for Ava on path work. Highest priority messages, please. Continue to heal. I know. It's like, I feel like there's something, I feel like this is you approaching, owning your vulnerability is what I keep on hearing, you know? Like I keep on pointing out, a warrior energy doesn't mean that we have to be hard. It means that we have to be soft, right? It's the identification point of like allowing oneself to embrace that softness, allowing oneself to embrace like the gift of being empathetic, embracing that, like embracing the energy that like your vulnerability is gift, but it's not something that, but listen, and this, yeah, I already know it, like Three of Pentacles, not everybody's deserving of it, right? Like when someone holds our energetic standards, they find us in a space of deeper vulnerability. So I feel like there's something about you honoring your vulnerability that it's allowing you the context of cherishing it, and also like healing from any feelings of energetic rejection, you know? Yeah, it's like, it's weird. I keep on getting like you're healing from weird energy, right? Which is to say, like, you know, again, like often, like the more that you move towards a healing journey, like you look back on things and you're like, that's really weird, right? Because it's not the space of saying, like, it's not the space of like you're no longer internalizing another person's weirdness. You're just observing it for what it is. Like, you're being weird. It's like, why are you being weird? Like, I see you, like, you're not pulling out that spyglass anymore. You're just like, that's it. Like, you know, like you're like weird. Like, I keep on seeing you being like weird. I'm done. Like, that's okay. Don't need more clarity on it. That's all I need to see. You're so welcome, Bridget. Yeah, she said she hasn't felt this. Hold on a minute. You're so welcome, Bridget. She said she hasn't felt this disconnected from me since 13. Oh, sending you support, Nikki. I'm growing and changing. At least we've graduated from intimacy wounds to trust wounds. I got you, Melly. 1 second, please. All right. Melly, 1 card general, please, for Melly. I feel like be selective right now. Don't rush to make choices, right? It's giving me like, be picky. It's interesting. Yeah, especially like you like, again, like, you'll know, I keep on getting like, you'll know it when you see it, is what I keep on seeing. You know, like, don't rush a process. I keep on seeing, like, I keep on hearing like, you'll know it when you see it, which is to say, like, I feel like, I see you kind of doing something in a way and like investigating something, but like not, I keep on hearing like not pushing yourself in that way. Like, it almost feels like browsing energy, which is like bringing some kind of context to something where it's like, you're not stressing about it, but you're keeping it, you're keeping it in view, but you're also being productive throughout it, is what I keep on seeing. You're welcome, Chrissy. Good to see you too, Spirit. Highest party for Spirit Junkie, please. All right. Page of Cups in its reversal, which is to say, like, I feel like there's something in relationality to that work right now that I see you taking something more seriously. I keep on hearing, if you don't take it seriously, others aren't going to take it seriously either. So I keep on hearing, like, like, it's like, I don't know, I'm trying, like I feel like I see you I like, it's interesting. I feel like it's changing some of the energy around you too. Yeah, like, I feel like there's something about that in relationality to another person not being dismissive of something that you care about, or I see you like making decisions to try to um, put more attention to, like, I feel like it's like you taking a hobby and making it, like, trying to get more professional with it. Like, I feel like you saying, like, I see you like taking something more seriously, but in the best way possible. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, especially with the hair. Like, it's saying to me, like, your ability to, like, it's interesting because you notice how, like, that hair is standing up there, right? Like, your ability, I keep on hearing, like, your ability to, like, when you start taking something seriously, when you start addressing it, like, I keep on hearing, it's not silly. When you stop feeling silly about taking a hobby seriously, that's when it becomes a profession, is what I keep on hearing. I feel like that's either something that you're saying to another person or something that you needed to hear. All right. Sending you support, Nikki. I got you 1 card for Coraline, please, for Fig. Keep on doing that. Like, I feel like this is someone that questions themselves a lot. Keep on giving them that energetic encouragement. Keep on telling them how proud you are of them, is what I keep on hearing. I keep on hearing, never hurts to hear it. Like, let them, like, say it so many times they get sick of it, is what I keep on hearing. Animal spirit guide card. Yeah, especially with the eagle, right? Like, your job, I keep on hearing, your job is to help remind someone, right? It's like, I keep on hearing, like, the best way we help someone through their fear is not, I keep on hearing, the best way we help someone through their fear is not allowing them the context of like feeling like they need to change their mind, like working them through that and saying, like, well, what's changed, right? Like, I feel like it's like you kind of helping another person find the energetic confidence to be able to move towards something that they aspire and desire, right? Like, helping, I keep on hearing, like, holding their hand every step of the way. Floral, thank you for the roses. And thank you, Kelly, for subscribing. These are 1 card readings for subscribers, Floral, if you would like to become a subscriber. Ooh, Kelly, one card about the connection of the person. I mean, it feels like you guys have a lot of similar hobbies, you know? This is feeling like there's a lot of like a lot of connection points. Bottom of the deck. Yeah. You know, I feel like so long, like I keep wondering, so long as like you're not gonna get into some kind of comparison point with another person is what I keep on seeing, you know? Like I keep on seeing like you know, as long as it's like I keep on hearing like um yeah, like it's interesting too with like the world card bottom of the deck. Like I keep on seeing like the connection point in terms of the similarity, but like also like I feel like it says to me like it's a very immersive experience because it's very like you guys are so similar. It's like you know what I mean? Like it's like I keep on seeing that there. It's like, you know, it's like I feel like it's gonna trigger some like intimacy wounds in some way, shape, form, or fashion. One card animal spirit for Kelly. Yeah, eagle. Like I said, like leave competition at the door in a relationship where there's a lot of similarity. Is what I keep on hearing. You're welcome, Ellie. You're so welcome, Spirit Chunky. And Marky, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. You're welcome, Kelly. Final call right now for any of my subscribers who would like a card pulled who have not had a card pulled today. Um, Also, just a reminder that for anyone who has become a subscriber today, I want to thank you and welcome you to the collective. I'd encourage you to head over to our subscriber only Discord channel to go ahead and say hello in the welcome wagon section. You'll also find in the perk section a special coupon code where you can get a discount on our tarot class subscription program. Our next class is going to be held on Wednesday, July 16th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We are going to, I also want to encourage you again, if you are interested in joining the class program that I'm going to be a teacher on, I'm going to be a part of the third cohort of the Healing for Hot Messes class program. If you would like to be a part of that program, then all you need to do, like the classes are starting, I believe the first class is starting tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. So you still have a few hours if you would like to become a part of that class program. All you need to do is head over to healingforhotmesses.com and you'll be able to be added to that class program. Also, I wanted to encourage you again that this weekend I will be doing a special art installation at the New York City Poetry Festival. I would love it if you would like to become a part of that. All you need to do if you would like to become part of that is head over to my Substack. You'll find there in the collaboration section a link to the art project. You can enter your fortunes into the collective crystal ball, and I'll be happy to read for you. Nikki, if you want to get on the list, I'm happy to read for you before I get off. Now or never. You let me know. You let me know. I'll be happy to. Just let me know if you'd like me to stick around to do that reading right now. Is that a yes? Okay, perfect. Nikki, excellent. I've got you, dear. Nikki, why don't you put your question in? I need to step away for a moment and I'll be right back and then we'll do your reading. Are you going to post it in the Discord? Just let me know if it's going to be in the Discord or not. And if anyone else wants to get on the list right now, you will be the second person read for. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay? All right, 1 second. All right, I'll be back in just a sec and we'll do, okay, you go ahead and put in the Discord. Perfect timing. I'll be right back and we'll do your reading. Okay, perfect. right. Okay. All right, where were we? All right, it's on, is it, where should I put it though? Is it a general? I've got a general section. We've got a general section on the Discord, dear, if that's what you need. Just bear with me. Okay, perfect. 1 minute. Yes, I got it. Outside tea, perfect. Last time I sent it straight to her. Not sure where you are. Thank you as well. Genuine, your subscription's ending soon if you'd like to renew. You have a great day, Miss Bex. Thank you as well. As always a pleasure to see you. All right, where were we? Hold on a moment. Okay. Hi there, Yasmo. 1 second, dear. Absolutely. So if you want an animal spirit guide card, Yaz, the animal spirit guide cards are, you have to recharge your heart me if you'd like to have the animal spirit guide card. So if you would like that, all I need you to do is go to the gifts and find the heart me section, and you should be able to recharge it there. And then that's how you get the animal spirit guide card. So subscribers just get 1 cards, and then if you get the heart, if you recharge your heart me, you get the animal spirit guide card. I hope that clarifies. All right. Just bear with me 1 moment, Nikki, and I'll get your question up. All right. And in the meantime, guys, we are at 46.2K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 50K in no time. What did you forget? Hold on a minute. All right. Oh, it's okay. All right, listen, go. Don't worry about it. We'll do it. Listen, we'll do it next time I'm on. I'll just put you on the hold list. You'll be the first person to read for tomorrow. Go. Like, that's what you have to do. Go. Okay? No problem. Absolutely. All right, friends. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. You have nothing to apologize for. I'm glad you remembered. We would have been in much worse shape if we started the reading and then you remembered. That would have been a problem. Okay. That would have been a problem. You go on with your bad self. Okay. All right, friends. We've reached the conclusion of the reads for today. I want to thank all of you for being here and experiencing them. Just a reminder, if you missed the Daily Collective Read, it'll be up on the place where we keep the videos. It'll also be up on the place where we keep the photos. It'll also be up as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my Substack. We will be back on tomorrow at 8 a.m. PST. 11 a.m. Eastern. If you would like to get on the list for tomorrow, you will be the second person read for. And if you get on the list today, you'll have an additional card tomorrow. If you would like to be notified as to when I've gone live, you can head over to my profile. There is a bell there. Activating that bell will turn on notifications. You can also register directly for the event tomorrow because sometimes the app doesn't like to push out when I've gone live. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. Huge thank you to my followers, old and new. Thank you for being here and sharing your afternoon with me. Huge thank you to my subscribers. Your ongoing support means the absolute world to me. And the biggest thank you to my mods. K. Megan, thank you for all that you do. I deeply appreciate you. I hope you're getting some sleep. I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of each other. And we'll do this again tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.